Dancing lights through another day in the world of Elsperia, specifically the Sandstorm Tower. Join us as we continue to climb. Joining me, Leo, the half-orc, Light of Illumina's paladin.
Hey guys.
Zara, the half-elf assassin rogue.
Evening, people.
Borden, the dwarven cleric of Kazia.
Oh.
And Sidaria, the divine warlock of Illumina.
Why, hello there, everyone.
And Oscar's not joining us for the moment, but he will be in play. He's currently detained, but we'll get back to him when he gets here, if he gets here. Last we left off, Dancing Lights was progressing through the Sandstorm Tower. Originally on a mission for Minerva, the group was also promised treasure, strength, and growth as they climbed the tower. On the first floor, after clearing it, they start to ascend to the top, and they were greeted with a black and white panda-similar variant color of a gnoll. The gnoll never speaks, and Pointman at the time executed the gnoll and then reported to the group that they killed the gnoll. They ascend to the second floor. There they were met with wild magics, and the air crackles and hisses with even divine spells causing the effects to go off. A simple smite or a healing word to even the original arcane magics themselves created wild magical effects, leaving one like Incidario, blue and feather-bearded, while several unicorns and flumps eventually pop in and out of the room. Wraiths were cleared out, and eventually the party was able to secure the second floor chest. Third floor, they start to ascend to another panda-like gnoll descending down from the stairwell. This one was equipped with a walking stick. It stops at the top of the stairs and doesn't say anything. Borden goes to greet it and simply nods at him and turns back and climbs back up the stairs. Strangely enough, the third floor was filled with gnolls, and the group made a quick work of this floor and gathered up the treasure that was left to them. Now we rejoin the group as we learn how Dancing Lights are going to progress forward from this point on. That sounds about right?
Yeah.
So you guys cleared
Yeah, that was it.
the second and third floor last time we played, and yeah, what do you guys want to do now that you had this respite of time in this open area?
Do you guys have any empty poison vials?
Any empty
Potion.
bottles, just in general?
Yes, I do. I would have 3.
I want to give this alchemy jug a try.
Alright. So what do you want the alchemy jug to do?
I want to make some. I can only make one thing a day, right? So then I want some poison.
Yep, and it's only 1 dose of poison.
You can create more than one thing a day.
How many?
It has the amounts of what you can create, and we'll look it up online. You can only hold the jug can only hold in 1 gallon at a time.
I posted it in chat.
Oh, what do you want? If you know what you can get, tell me what you want.
I want 2 vials of acid.
So
The rest is poison.
you can produce a different one or more of one that has reached its maximum until the next dawn. Or it can't produce a different one. Okay, once the jug starts producing a liquid, it can't produce a different one or more of one that has reached its maximum until the next dawn. You can only create one thing a day. So, what do you want?
Poison.
Then you get 1 application of poison.
So I gave you 3 vials, just so you know.
And only need 1 vial for that.
Yeah, but now he has them for tomorrow.
Yep, there you go. So the alchemy jug has been used for the day. You can only create 1 liquid per day. But at dawn, you can create a new liquid. I knew it wasn't endless, so. Alright, so now that preparation's done, what else do you guys want to do? As you still got this golden chest, I believe, standing in front of you?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to take you back to the map until we figure out what we're going to do. I'm just going to assume that you know your way around this room. You know where the traps are. So getting out of this room's fine. But then whenever you guys get ready to ascend to the next room, I'll take you back to the map.
So, do we want to disassemble this thing like last night?
Well, it's still the same day.
So we opened it already?
It's already open. You already looted it. You had to
Okay.
go away, but they went ahead and looted it already.
Okay.
And
You didn't miss out on a whole lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
none of it was made for you to be GM specific metagaming, but
Yeah. Okay.
let's see here.
Alright, so I believe I was going to try to take the top of it off and put the top of it in the bag.
All right,
The
so
hinges.
let's see here. We'll say, do you have a smithing proficiency you can roll, or
There you go. 17.
There you go. Well, yeah, that you pop out the pins, manage to jam them out, and they look like they're made out of silver, maybe mithril, kind of like a silverish color. So you pop out the pins. You got this chest broken in half now. It's still about. Let's see here. I had dimensions, I think. Chest itself weighs about 50 pounds. I didn't really have like the exact specimens, but this thing was carrying quite a bit in there, wasn't it? Yeah, that plate mail, that's what made it about 4 feet tall. So you took off like maybe 1.5 feet, so it's about 3 feet wide, we'll say. Or, you know, like the longest length is still, I would say it's about 3 by 4 by 2 with the lid off. You can easily put the lid in there if you wanted to into the bag of holding, but I think the box might be
Start with the lid.
Yeah.
And then
I have a crowbar if you
I don't think a crowbar is going to help with the.
taking the sides off.
Make an
This isn't a
investigation.
cast.
Let's make an investigation check, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Is Zareth cracked it open? You want to give me a hand on that one?
I can make any tool that can fit in my hand that can probably
Go ahead
help.
and make it with
I just
advantage
need-
since Zareth is right there looking with you.
Yeah, so Zareth cracked it open. I figure he would know.
Yeah,
fair
So
bit
you
about
two
it as
are
I'm
just
looking
kind
it
of
over.
observing it, and you're looking it over. You see a bunch of rivets in this metal piecing that's going through like the front end, and it looks like it's keeping most of it intact. So like the only way you could think to like break it down into sections from here is by finding some way
Popping
to
the
pop
rivets.
popping these rivets off, and it's. I'm not. You kind of assess that this is a lot more harder than just popping the pins out of the hinges.
I don't know the exact tool for popping out rivets, but I could make it in a hand if it's in a hand.
I have Smith's tools. It's literally everything you need to,
Pretty much, yeah.
you know.
So if we're going to just do a check with that, like this DC, just because the way you're looking at it, it seems like this might be a rather more difficult task.
I would like to counter your difficulty with taking some extra time on it. If everyone else wants to like grab a short rest, I can.
Yeah, I'd love to take a short rest so I could get my one extra spell.
I mean, it's up to Star. I mean, he's the one that.
Well, I'm not
I'll
going to
take
say
the time.
I'm not going to say taking 20 is going to help you do it, but I will give you advantage.
I
on the
wasn't
roll.
looking.
I'm going to give
Yeah, I
you
wasn't
advantage
looking
on
for
the roll.
taking 20.
No, yeah. Since it's not technically a thing in 5th edition, I don't think. But
It's not.
Yeah, which I recall that from 2nd edition. It's like, yeah, I gotta take 20 on this, That's why most rogues just needed time if they didn't get it on the first try. But for this here, I will give you advantage as you're kind of fiddling with it. We'll say this is going to take you about 30 minutes. So go ahead and make me a smith's tool with advantage. And with that, you pry on like one of the rivets, and it's just so impacted in, it's so pressed in that no matter how
I
much of an
wasn't going
angle.
to pry the rivets out.
Yeah,
I was going to
or-
cut the caps off them.
Well,
Just
yeah,
shear them off like cotter pins.
yeah, and that's the thing. This metal is resisting the strikes. It's like literally tampered to the point to where this part of the, it's made out of some metal that's not being able to cast off like iron. You can't just chip the iron piece down. It doesn't seem to be made out of iron. So yeah, you spend about a half hour. You start, wrecking one of them. It's got a few dings into it, but it doesn't seem like overall damaged enough to like just slide that rivet bar off.
Any progress, Gordon?
Unfortunately, not.
You just drag it with.
If I
It's
recall,
made
we
out
have
of
some
solid
animals.
gold. Dragging that along is going to be heavy.
Well,
The whole
plus if it's
thing was
gold,
50 pounds, and this is without the top, so I'm guessing it's probably maybe 35 pounds.
Somewhere in there. 30, 45, 30, 35, I mean.
I could carry it on my back. If it's made out of gold, then it'd be dented pretty easily.
If you want to
think?
carry it,
Alright, so what are we doing? I could probably go ahead and bring you guys to the map. So flipping screens for a bit.
In Sidoria, can you heat the metal chest, the gold of it?
I don't think that'd be a great idea because we have to wait for it to cool.
No,
Unless you
you
want to pick up,
We
you know,
have
hot
the
metal.
counter of endless water.
And it would probably ruin the construction of the chest. The chest is worth more if it's not broken.
So I was trying to take it apart.
Yeah, and that's why I said it was a bad idea to heat it up.
Well, I don't have heat metal. That's the only.
Oh, that's not an option then. So, continuing on. You got this chest? Somebody's picking it up, or what's the situation?
I'm gonna take my rope and just wrap it around it. Try to wrap it onto my back. You said it's 3 feet, yeah?
Alright, yeah. I'd say you do that. And with a little bit of help from your friends, you guys managed to turn Insidaria into a golden shell turtle. With an open back.
Just about.
Or is the back... What way is the back
Any
facing?
AC
Or
bonus?
is the open then on your back, or is the base of the back... I would assume you want the base of the back on your back, otherwise that'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Alright, so you
Yeah.
got that figured out. And now you're on the 3rd floor. It's still, you guys had a long rest previously. And if you wish to take the extra half hour and finish up a short rest, you may do so. But if you want to go into another long rest, you're going to have to progress the day somehow.
I'll just take the short rest to get my.
We don't need a long rest.
Alright, just wanted to put that out there in case there's any questions
I
about
do.
that. You don't need a long rest either. You're a rogue. What do you got to do? Cast spells? Well, your ranger spells, I guess.
Well,
Still
one level
exhausted.
exhaustion.
That'll teach you.
Oh, and I took off 15. I took off 15 feet of rope for the tying of the thing.
That's fine. So, if you wish to roll hit dice to get your HP back, go right ahead for a long rest, or a short rest, I mean. If anybody needs to roll hit die, otherwise, tell me what we're doing.
I'm taking
Okay.
3.
I'm fine. And Cindy, you're gonna leave that blue feather beard there.
Oh. I don't know how to get rid of this.
Sneeze.
Well, yeah, she's got to sneeze. So I've been kind of thinking we'll just wait until actual Brett sneezes. So
It seems fair to me.
yeah, until you actually sneeze, you got a feathered beard. So
That's going to be highly unlikely. I never sneeze.
well, then I guess you're going to be feathery all the way till the end of Jubilee.
You're gonna be blue too for forever.
I think actually the blueness is supposed to wear off, but I could be wrong.
Does it have to?
Doesn't have to. I would say you would need a lesser restoration in order to take that off, and you know that.
Okay.
I'll give you that as an option. So if you want to stay blue, you can stay blue. So you're
I
currently
kind of do.
So you're blue, ba dee da ba da, or however it goes, and you got this feathery beard still growing out from your mouth and lips. It tickles every now and then. Other than that, though, I might somewhere in between ask you to do a random con save, and then if you fail it, I'll let you sneeze on that. But otherwise, if you sneeze in real life, we'll count that as Sydney sneezing.
Okay.
All right, so he's out there looking at the sun. Come on, let me sneeze. All right.
Currently in the basement.
Sucks to be you. All right, so what are we doing, guys? You've got this golden chest.
Let's push onward.
I'm going to cast Fiendish Figure on myself.
No, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys start traveling back up. What's the marching order?
I got back with the animals.
Okay, I'm behind Boredom.
I'll be first or second in line.
Well, scoot up there wherever those guys are. Poor elk. It's poor elk. Alright, press yourself up to this point here so I can make room for everybody. Whoever's in front. Progress to this point.
I'm doing double duty here.
Yeah, I'm trying to move the animals into the hallway as well. Alright, question about the Find Familiar for Oscar. Where do you want it? Or
For now, could it just like sit around his shoulders?
Yeah, we'll put it on his shoulder. So Oscar's got his little snake friend. What did he call
Yeah,
it?
just move him off
Completely
for now.
forgot.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah, he's hanging out over there. So once again, right about here, you hear footsteps. And a panda-like no comes trampling down. He stops at the top of the stairs whenever he makes a line of sight towards Sydney and Borden. Let's see. He's carrying a club. He just kind of looks at you guys. He stops. He doesn't say anything.
Hello, you more talkative than your friend downstairs?
Just shakes his head no, and he kind of turns on his heels. And he walks up the stairs.
Is the fur pattern the same as the one downstairs?
What's that?
Is the fur pattern the same as the one downstairs?
Make one of them perception checks.
I will try to remember it as well.
So I'll definitely take a stab at it because I did try to talk to the last one.
Yeah, Borden.
Thank God for those eyes.
They look very similar. If there's any discrepancy in it, it might be the clothing or the whatever they're holding. But other than that, and you just hear the pantering of a panther behind you, an elk that's just trying to beat its horns through the hallway, and a little rat that just made his home right there in between, or a giant rat. And he's just trampling behind with Leo as he's just guiding these animals up to the next level. The knoll disappears. You guys are now ascending, going around 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, till finally you see another platform that leads to a door. After you make about the 4th revolution here. Now to put everybody like right back in this, in this situation here. So we kind of progress everybody down here. Yeah. You guys are making your way back here, and the stairs end like there's a wall right there. The door here, and then Sarah and Sydney, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Sydney is blind as a bat, which doesn't surprise you.
I think we're perfectly fine to go in.
Sarah, you look down and you can see like a slated groove.
Do I see that even with my 11?
You were at disadvantage. But yeah, I'll say you see it still. Like, it's just a slated groove. You kind of look down, you step down, like you step into it, and it kind of drops about like a half a centimeter or so. So there's like an indent in the ground. You just kind of take notice of it. A lot more than Sydney would, because Sydney's just...
I stopped Cindy from walking forward and step back myself.
Everybody's kind of halted.
Wait up, guys. There's something up here. And I would like to check the area for traps.
Go ahead and make an investigation.
10.
Doesn't seem trapped.
Weird. Can't find anything. I'm going to step forward.
Mm-hmm. Nothing happens.
Inspect the door for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make another investigation. And everybody else might want to start making their way over there, as the animals themselves are kind of pushing forward.
Natural 1.
No traps. That panther's like going in between your legs there every so often, Leo, just trying to get comfortable, and it goes off to the other side, just darting around the hallway.
Out of curiosity, I'm gonna knock on the not stairwell.
Make an investigation.
See if it sounds hollow or anything odd there.
Yeah, you bang on it. It's like a solid stone, but you know, you're a dwarf as well. You don't feel like it's reinforced, so it might be hollow behind it. But with that investigation, you can't make anything else out about that slab.
Okay.
Yep. Looks like this is our stop.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to coat my weapons in poison.
Hey, what are you moving?
I'm moving everybody up closer because the animals are pushing their way in.
I'm going... Is the door locked?
Are you going to try the door?
I did an investigation check with a natural 1, so...
Yeah, well, checking the door to see if it's locked. Let me double check here. I gotta find the right floor. Let's see here. It does not seem locked.
Odd. The door's not locked. Want me to take a look inside first?
Go for it.
Sorry, what was that?
Go for it.
Okay, I flip up the hood of Elvenkind
Mm-hmm.
and stealth.
Okay. Not
30.
bad. So, straight roll, but still, 30. Alright, so you walk in. It is completely black in here as you enter. And I need everybody outside the hall to make a quick perception check as you walk in.
Visual.
Yes. Zareth, you don't get to make this check.
Okay.
Borden, that door is closing. It's slow at the moment, but it looks like it's starting to force itself.
The one behind us?
No, the one that he just went through. So you got one of two choices.
Well, it'll be the one behind us. We're trying to get in.
Oh yeah, the one that leads into the big open room. So you either go in, or you let the door slam shut and you don't know what happens to your friend.
Okay. Run in. And try to keep the door open for the animals.
Where are you at?
I know
here?
one of them's not making it in.
Yeah, the elk probably will not make it in. Panther will make it in, and the large rat will. The door just gets too shut for the elk. Leo, your character seems to have fallen off the map. Where are you at?
I don't know what happened to it. It just
Let's-
disappeared.
Yeah, let's drag your character sheet back over if you don't mind. Let's see here. That'll work. But you might not want to stand there.
Oh. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
Alright,
Bad spot to be, but...
You might want to rejoin your group down here somewhere. Alright, so as you all see the door starting to shut and you all enter into this black space, the elk gets left behind, but the other two animals manage to make it through, and then all of a sudden it kind of start to float into the air. Like a levitate spell's been cast on you. Every one of you are now about 10 feet off the ground, and the room slowly lights up a bit. Yeah, and with dancing lights going across the room, you can make out. At the moment, you don't hear nothing. You don't see nothing at the moment. You pop out the dancing lights, and then there's like this like the flapping of wings from about 4 creatures as you start to enter into the room. Like I said, you're all starting to float up in the air. Some of you are flipping upside down, topsy-turvy, not able to get a full grip of your balance. Takes you about a moment. Let's do a quick dex check on everybody. Give me a dexterity saving throw, and we'll see how you position yourself as you're floating in the air. This is fun. Sydney, Leo, Borden, you are all upside down.
And Oscar.
And Oscar are all
Oscar
upside
is way
down.
upside down.
Zareth was the only one, even though exhausted, who kind of put his arms out and balanced himself just right. And Zareth, you're the first one to see. And Leo, you can hear the sound of about 4 or 5 orcs screaming on top of whatever it is they're riding. And I will slowly get there. Give me a second. One of those things when you don't want to wake up.
Do I have a chance to shoot an arrow for assassination? Because I did creep in with a 30 stealth.
Yeah, but the levitation made it to where there was nothing for you to hide behind. You were able to balance yourself, however, that kind of took you out of stealth. So we will roll initiative as you see 5 orc riders on top of what looks like wyverns or wyverns, however you want to say it. I don't care which. So
As Cindy enters the room, she remembers her childhood of missing the feeling of flight.
Alright, so let me remove all turns from our previous. Feel free to click your token and roll initiative.
Ah, God damn it.
Okay, can I stop playing Oscar? I have rolled absolute shit with him so far.
Well, better that you roll shit now than later. Alright, so now well, Zareth, it does look like you get that chance to do an assassination. So, as you're all just kind of floating there, and the panther and the mouse are just like squeak, squeak, and the panther's like trying to kick in there like he's on, like floating in water or whatever. He's just trying to keep his balance. What do you want to do, Zareth, as you finally get your balance and you're ready to take aim?
I want to shoot the orc on this wyvern.
Alright, make your attack. And I will switch us to the appropriate music as we do so.
25 to hit.
Your arrow goes floating through the air. Let's see, 25. That's still a good number, and it manages to pierce into the hide armor of this orc. Give me some damage. How much is that? That is a dead orc. That's what that is.
34.
This orc starts floating off his wyvern and is now dead. Anything else for your turn?
Can I move?
You may certainly try. Where do you want to move to? Ping where you want to move to, and I'll tell
I
you.
want to fan out towards the right.
Alright, make me a... Don't get to move your full movement. You can move half your movement, because this is like... It kind of feels like you're swimming underwater in a way, but it's still, you're levitating through the air, which initially only gives you, 10 feet per round? So we're going to just say half your movement speed.
Okay. Then
Alright.
that's my turn.
Cindy, make a dex save to try to right yourself up. This will be a free action, by the way. You struggle. You're still upside down. Whatever you attempt will be at disadvantage.
Okay, I'm going to do 2 Eldritch Blasts then.
Where are you sending them?
To the one orc on this area.
Alright.
Yeah.
So 22 still hits. 19 will hit. Give me some damage.
Yep.
That's a total of 13. He is still alive as your
Yes.
Eldritch Blast splashes from your angle, and you kind of get flipped right side up, but you're facing Oscar, and then you get flipped all the way back down again as you watch your second Eldritch Blast. You get sent into like a spiral rotation as you're firing both of these Eldritch Blasts off. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
One of the feathers kind of tickle your nose. You go, but you're able to hold it. And with that, you 2 Eldritch Blasts splashes into this orc. He gets hit profusely by it, and he's kind of leaning back like he's about to fall off, but he regains his reins, and he's still ready to go after whatever he can go after. And that brings us to Borden. Make a dexterity save to right yourself up as a free action. You manage to get yourself right side up, and you're floating there now, and you're like, alright, I got this.
Alright, you said a half move speed?
Yes.
Give me a split second here, I'm gonna have...
Mm-hmm.
Give me this tool. Okay. Actually, I have a great idea.
Alright, what's the idea? Alright, and where do you want this?
So I'm gonna need a large, big old token.
Said elk could work.
Elk's too big actually, and I'm not having a big, blazing holy elk as my token. What? Okay.
Your spirit guardian comes to life. How big is it again?
It's
Nailed
large.
it.
Alright. Well, there you go, right?
And
That's
then
right.
if I could get him dropped, actually, his... right here.
Alright. And let's see here. Any creature hostile to you that moves into space 10 feet of the guardian, so I'll give him an aura.
Say, everyone's currently out of his aura.
Yep, so right there's the current aura.
We can't see the aura.
Oh, why does it do that? Does that help?
Don't see the aura still.
Never mind, I see what I have to click. How about that?
There we go.
Yep.
Yay,
So,
learning
yeah.
more about Roll20. Congratulations.
Get him set up as a safe zone for us, kind of. Maybe a little bit.
Buffering? That sounds good. Anything else for your turn?
I believe that will do it for me for now.
Alright, so this giant spirit guardian appears right where good old Borden wants it, and this breezy wind just kind of blows around this giant figure. Now it is the orc's turn. This orc here pulls out a javelin, and he will toss it. Oh wait, that's melee, sorry. Reroll. Probably lucky I rerolled that. 24 on Cindy.
Okay, that'll hit.
For a total of 6 piercing damage. It seems to be floating with ferocity as his spear-like object sears through the air and manages to slam into you. Let's see. This orc here will take a javelin and send it to Borden, who sets something in his way. Damn! It's a critical. For a total of 8 points of damage on Borden. Another one towards Borden, because he's the only one they see doing stuff right now. And this is just from the orcs. 12 will miss, I'm sure. And then the
Yeah.
last orc will... He'll actually assist and try to attack the city. And he will miss as well. Leo.
Half movement speed, yeah.
Half movement, yes. Make a dexterity save first to right yourself up. As a free action, of course. We'll never charge you for this. So you're going to be struggling, but you can still move at half movement, and you'll be at disadvantage at any attacks that you try to throw out. Or any situation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're floating upside down, and you're trying to swim in that direction, and then you kind of roll over. What do you want to do?
I'll go ahead and try to throw out my new weapon here.
Alright, so which end? The Kuma or the cudgel?
The Morning Star end.
Alright, so quick question, did you click the button on it? Or is it just the
What?
stick? Is it the stick?
Is
or
it pointy or is it a ball?
Yeah.
It's a ball.
Alright, so it's just...
With the bludgeoning.
Alright. And you're
That's at the wyvern.
at the wyvern itself. Alright, 19. Let's see. I'll double check. Will hit. And we're going to try to knock the wyvern prone. Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
And then it mates the save, so it makes the save. It gets hit by your cudgel. Go ahead and roll damage on it. And it'll take 9 points of damage as your attack bounces off it, but it definitely, you inflicted damage, but it wasn't phased by it. And I don't think it would work on this because it's a bigger creature than you. It's usually a creature your size or lower that it would work on. I think I put that in the description if I'm not mistaken. Anything else for your turn, Leo?
Bonus action, yank it back. Second attack, throw it at him again.
Alright, same end. Go ahead and pick your attack. That will miss. As it kind of floats there beside him, and the orc's kind of looking at this chain-like object in front of him. Will that complete your turn?
That will complete my turn.
And then Oscar's turns up. What would he like to do? Make a dexterity save for him first.
Having 2 sheets up is absolute cancer, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should see mine. So he manages to propel himself off the wall, and then he's right-sided up again. And now what would you like to do with him?
Alrighty. I'm still the wrong way. And then let's... Oh yeah, we got range for days on this. So I'm going to be aiming at the same one that Leo's been throwing at here. With Ray of Frost.
Alright, who are we aiming at?
The same one Leo was trying to smack.
So you can finish
Yeah.
this movement. Alright. Well, of course.
Gotta love them nat 20s, huh?
Yeah, of course that'll hit. Let's see here. What's that total damage?
That'll be
22.
22.
So this frost-like energy ignites across this wyvern, and the orc's trying to hold on to the wyvern. I mean, he's not going to go anywhere. We're all floating here. And he kind of rights himself up. The wyvern kind of shakes the ice off him.
Alright.
And
Pennywise. We all float down here, apparently.
we all floating here. He's just on this mount. Anything else for Oscar's turn?
For the time being, I don't believe there's anything I care to do just yet.
Wow, these wyverns rolled a 1. Alright, so let's see what their movement is again. This one, does Ray of Frost have that thing where they lose 10 feet
It's
of
slowed.
movement? Loses
They
10.
get the slowy bit. I can put the spell card real quick for you. No, that made another attack. Stupid thing.
It should be like 10
But
feet.
on a hit, yeah, its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Well, they have a fly speed of 80, so that would reduce it to 70. So let's see.
And not like it's gonna matter here.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide.
It can cross the entire room.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like... that's going to be an interesting item we're going to do. Alright. Well, this one here will pull up and fight Leo. Let's see here. Multi-attack. So it reaches out with its beak. It tries to bite at you for 24. Leo?
Yeah.
And you feel 12 points of piercing damage as it bites into your shoulder blade. And then it then rips its stinger from behind. It's a 21 hit.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please. And they are just rolling really good, though. Alright. Take 12 points of poison damage. As it sends a pulse of poison through you, but you resist it and push it back with your save. But you still take half damage on it. Let's see here. Don't want to bring the chest, just these two. We're going to go ahead and say this one comes over here and cuts into your Spirit Guardian. How much damage does it take?
Gets to make a dex save. Start.
Alright, so the orc.
DC 15 on the save. Doesn't matter for that one.
Alright, but the wyvern gets hit by it.
Okay, so 10 to the orc, 20 to the wyvern.
So that orc is looking beat up. The lesser of the two creatures. And then 20 to the wyvern. As this swirling energy encases around the pair of them as they close in on Oscar. And Oscar's going to get a bite attack.
You're gonna kill him while I'm...
Dang, these things are rolling good. 13 piercing damage. And
rolling good, they have +7 to hit. They have to roll a 12, I think, to miss him.
See, that right side would have missed. Maybe not, I forget.
He's got AC 15.
Ugh. You should really wear some armor, like the spell. Mage armor, right?
Yeah, I'd love to have him do that, but he does not have shield or mage armor.
Silly.
He has a built-in mage armor with the draconic bloodline.
Yeah, but it's only 1 AC.
It's not helping him.
It's not. So he'll take 19 points of damage from that.
19. Bite and claws?
Sorry, 29.
That's 29.
I can do math. I'm sorry. Little out of it still, sorry. Zareth did not hide, correct?
Nope.
So yeah, this one's for you, kid. Do a bite. See, that's an 11. They can roll low.
That misses.
And then it swings around with its stinger.
Uncanny dodge.
Well, first make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. So 12 points
16.
plus 14. I'll say you can half the piercing damage from the stinger, but it still clips you and does the poison damage. So that's 12 points plus 7. So 19 points of damage. We got a floating dead orc over here somewhere.
Is it bad in my head? I just kind of see him slowly drifting around and bouncing off walls.
I see
No,
that
it's
as
not.
well.
Probably.
I see it as well.
You know what's funnier is that you could see the panther right behind you still trying to swim through the air, and the little rat's like squeak, 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 trying to get, trying to make purchase somewhere, and they're just not having any good luck. All right, so that roll was for me to decide who was going to get this, and it's going to go through your spirit guardians. And once again, I have to make the dexterity save, was it, or?
Yeah, DC 15 back.
Both of them fail, so they both take 20.
20.
They both take the 20, and then that actually expends his damage quotient, so he disappears.
Alright, so our friend there is going to disappear. And, wow, with that orc is now also dead, and he goes floating off somewhere.
Oh, the momentum definitely carried him right over Oscar's
yeah.
and my heads, past the panther.
Hold on. We'll go this way with it. So the wyvern stops in front of you, and its rider goes soaring over, and it's like, whatever. And our big boy here, he disappears. And the wyvern will make a bite. And swing its stinger out. It's, both miss.
They both actually miss.
See, they can miss. Alright.
Yeah, on AC 19.
Well, not my fault you put Oscar up there in the front line with you.
Well, I didn't anticipate the big old guardian to disappear that quick.
Well, there's two on its back, or it's backing it. Alright, so another wyvern comes over and says hi to Zareth. Bite attack. 20 hit,
That hits.
13 piercing damage. And then we'll be kind. We'll do a claw attack as one of its claws come ripping up, but you manage to swim away from it and then it misses. Which brings us to Zareth. What did you like to do in this floating space of yours?
I would like to disengage and move next to Borden
Okay.
from the guy to the left, to the right.
Well, that's fine. You're disengaged.
I'm going to attack the wyvern in front of me and Borden with my short swords.
Alright, go ahead and make a swing.
18
Yeah, I do believe that will hit.
for 21 damage.
And poison, don't forget.
Oh yeah, and a 1d4 for poison.
You actually applied it for once.
Well, you had to be told, but still, yeah. Actually, let me check something. Alright, never mind, you're good. So, it takes both, are you swinging out once, or what are we doing? You swing out once,
Just my first attack.
Alright, so you manage to swing out there and clip it. Now what do you want to do?
I want to attack it another time.
Alright, we'll make that roll. That will hit.
26 for 9.
You don't get
Damage.
sneak attack on the second hit.
I know, so it's
He
just
said
9.
9.
Okay. So minus 9. And didn't you lace both of those with poison, or did you just have the one dose?
Oh no, I did both.
So then, every point
So 10
counts.
total.
Every point counts. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Cindy.
Oh, by the way, I can't do a second attack. I used my bonus attack.
Oh yeah, you
action to
disengage.
disengage.
You know what? I'll give you that one for free. We'll remember that next time. Sydney, what would you like to do as you make another dexterity check to see if you can unspin yourself?
Okay.
Finally, after spinning about 4 or 5 times in the air, you manage to stop yourself right side up.
Okay, I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance.
What does Sickening Radiance do?
I need a 30-foot sphere radius.
And does this hurt your allies?
It can, but I need it to be casted over this area.
Do you got the spell card? Because I don't recognize the spell.
Okay. There you go.
When a creature moves, so this is basically like another spirit's guardian in a way.
Yes.
Just wider range and.
Yeah.
Oh, that gives exhaustion levels. That's nasty.
Alright,
Yes.
so where do you want it?
I wanted it. It needs to be 30 feet. Yep,
And how much of an aura is it?
30 feet.
Alright, let me get that up. Whew, barely
yeah.
missing your ally. Oh, Leo.
Leo.
Alright, so what's
Oh no.
when a creature moves into the spell's area effect for the first time, at the start of its turn, it must pass a Constitution save or take 4d10 damage. Ooh.
Yes.
So yeah,
Leo, I hope you got a hell of a con save.
you should.
Yes. And then I'm going to try to move back out of range, so I don't get hit for this spell. I say, Leo, you should probably move.
Oh, sounds like something you should have held on to so you could have gave the warning first.
We're literally moved it 1 square right.
I didn't see you because of my freaking
Oh, right. Hold on.
character.
You know what? We'll be kind, and we'll give it to you. As you see the invisible outlay, and then it's like, oh crap, and you kind of slide it to the left or the right before it goes fully off, and you're like, okay, right there is where I want you. So we'll let it go that time.
Yes.
So, 33 points of damage, or what was the first roll? 27?
27, yeah.
So the orc that is remaining died, and even if they would both die. So now there's 2 floating orc corpses over in this direction. This one, oh wait, this one wouldn't have been affected though. I'm mistaken.
The one right here would.
Yeah. See, that one would take 27, so that would have killed him. So he's offloading somewhere. And then only one of the wyverns, which will be this one over here on the far right, he takes half, right?
Yeah.
So 27, that'll be 13.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then everything else takes 27. Not bad damage, but damn
Yeah.
dangerous.
And
spell,
now they have 1 level exhaustion as well.
which means ability checks, if I'm not mistaken. Disadvantage.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you should know. Sydney, anything
Yeah.
else for your turn before we go on to Borden?
Nope. That's all.
Borden, you see
Try to
this?
do special spells.
There you go. Borden, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm not one to be outdone, quite exactly. And I can see all of our friends because, well, frankly, stealth is impossible here.
Yeah, pretty much. We doing the human buzzsaw?
Yeah,
The
we're
dwarven
doing the
buzzsaw.
buzzsaw.
The holy buzzsaw of doom. Hey, let's see here. How much of a radius? 15 foot?
Yeah, I've got it up.
Okay, cool. Alright,
I'll change its color for you though, so it's not the exact same as the other one.
sounds good. So basically, you're getting 3 of the wyverns. They have to roll wisdom save, or what was it?
Yeah, it's a DC 15 whiz. I'll put the damage up for you real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that, and I'll get these wyverns rolling on that wisdom. 12, 12, and an 8. So they all take 12 points of damage. Right? I'm a little slow
That
today, so
would
I'm
be
out of it.
correct.
Alright, cool.
And their movement speed is halved, but I feel like they're not gonna want to go anywhere because we just pissed them off.
Yeah, I think they're
We really.
I think they're
pissed them off.
exactly where they want to be. So, Borden, anything else for your turn?
I really can't do anything with that situation.
Still got the bonus action.
See, bonus action doesn't help me with the buckler, which is the level of healing needed.
No.
I did see him take a shot next to me, but I can't cast anything but a cantrip after.
Yeah, so will that end your turn?
Yeah, this blows a little bit.
Yeah. Orc will pull out his great axe to try to take a swing at Leo from atop of the wyvern. With a whopping 13, you see his axe glide over towards your face in like almost a slow motion flurry as he's trying to get it out there to hit you. You just kind of step back from it, leaning your weight backwards so you kind of float a little ways away from it. And these orcs just weren't meant for this. Leo, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna direct the rat and the panther to attack the wyverns.
Which one?
I just told them to attack the wyvern.
Alright, so yeah, they'll... Yeah, that one, he manages... Actually, I should make a dex check for him real quick. He's upside down, so his will be at disadvantage. He claws at this thing. I think 15 will still hit, though. Yeah. He manages to claw it from his upside down view and do 3 slashing damage on this one right here. This giant rat comes over to this huge wyvern and tries to bite its nail. Make a dex check
Did the
for
rat
it.
pass a save?
About to find out. Nope, the rat's upside down as well, and he'll go ahead and make a bite. Disadvantage.
Still, it's a straight roll.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Pack tactics. I think the rats get right.
Yeah, pack tech might be it.
Yeah, we'll give it to him. So he manages to get a bite off. Every little bit counts, right?
The rat is so boned if it gets hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there. Squeak, squeak! And it bites its toe, laying upside down, looking up at it. Looking
Did
so
more damage
fierce.
than the panther.
Now, Leo, what do you want to do for your turn? That is a little sad.
Dex save to right myself.
I think you write it yourself last turn, or no, you did. Okay, yeah, you're good.
Nope.
Now you're fully.
And then
righted.
where is
You still have your
where's
chain
the other end of my weapon?
It's still extended in behind the wyvern, like over in this location.
Okay.
So you can yank that back if you want, and I'll even allow you to make an attack roll on return.
Well, if I move up next to it, can I just grab it?
Sure, I'll let that happen too. Since it's
Well, I'll
just
do that. Bonus action, second wind.
All right,
I'll heal myself 5 hit points.
sounds good.
And then I'm gonna attack the... One attack against the orc and one against the wyvern.
All right, so against the orc, use the blunt end, and that's a hit. Go ahead and deal damage.
15 damage.
You knock him out and crack his cranium as he starts to float up in the air, letting go of the wyvern.
Against the wyvern.
That will actually hit.
Oh, really? It didn't hit last time.
No, you rolled 13. Wyverns are 13 AC. So 9 points against that.
I'll put a divine smite in this one too, I guess.
Alright.
Is it considered undead or fiend?
No. It is considered a wyvern. As your divine smite lights into it, you deal a serious amount of damage to this thing, and you're just standing toe to toe with this one wyvern off to the side. And will that complete your turn, Leo?
Yep.
What would Oscar like to do?
I feel like this really does count as a threatened situation.
You're very threatened.
You
You can go back and watch the archives and see how bad he did.
Yeah, see, because I had Razor send me, if endangered, begin using blank.
Yeah, he showed me what he sent you. I kind of joked to him earlier about I might just kill you outright, and then he was threatening me with the character worse than Rascum, and I was like, yeah, go ahead, threaten. Threaten me. What would this Oscar like to do, though?
Alright, so...
He's got his little friend
I
on his
can't-
shoulder, and he's like, Master, I think we're in a bind here. This does not look good. Those claws, they could
I
hurt.
need a description on this. Damn it. See, he's got the thing I want to use, but there's no description on it anywhere.
What's it called?
All the missiles?
All the missiles. Oh, that's where he uses that magic missile wand. It's the wand.
Oh, that's just the one?
Yeah, it's just the wand. That's what it is.
Okay, so yeah, definitely for a start.
So he's going to use an action to use the wand of all the missiles.
All the missiles on that one that took a chunk out of him.
Not bad at all. That deals a heavy amount of damage as all these invisible forces start to ignite in the air, and you can just see it waving and bashing into it with arcane energy, and it just slap, slap, slap. This wyvern's kind of floating now in the air, kind of awkwardly, as it seems to be spinning over into a circle, and it flaps its wings to ride itself up before it gets hit by another magic missile, and then it just kind of staggers there for a minute until it's finally all the missiles are off. That did a significant amount of damage. This wyvern is officially bloodied.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use the quicken spell. Scorching Ray goes off 3 times, yeah?
Yep.
So there's 1, 2, and 3. Jesus.
2
Christ,
will
I'm-
hit.
So another
Top and
20.
And with that, Scorching Ray goes off, and for flavor, I want to say that the force of the rays push Oscar back. As a
Thank God.
and he kind of gets knocked back into a direction. He would technically, you know what? Boom, Cindy, you get knocked back 1. As Oscar gets knocked back 1.
Okay.
You kind of catch him. It's like, wait, what are you doing? As he's like, oh wow, that was just too much firepower going off there. But suddenly, this dead corpse of a wyvern starts to float up in the air. Anything else for Oscar's turn?
He still has some movement left, yeah?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and... No,
He kind of
against the
pushes
wall.
Sydney over a little bit. It's like, I'm going to stand over here. Okay.
Well, that way, if he does it again, he doesn't get thrown around. Because physics.
That way he's against the wall, yeah. Alright.
He can brace against the wall to launch a salvo.
So, yeah, this
Okay,
wyvern...
sure.
Yeah, this wyvern on Leo is going to go ahead and make his attacks. Go with a bite, and we'll go with a stinger. The bite misses as it strikes out, but I do believe that stinger got in, right?
Hey,
Sure. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, intermission. Sorry about that. So make a con save, and that will be 24 points of damage. As it pierces into you and pumps of poison right through your veins. Unable to, tough it out, you manage to take the brunt of it and take 24 points of poison damage on top of the 13 piercing where it got you. No, that one died. Let's see.
Now, do you want me to cast Sickening Radiance again for damage, or use the prior one?
They start their turn in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes for the Spirit Guardians as well, right?
Yes. I was gonna let you
you'll have to
resolve
roll.
one
You'll
over
have
at
to
Leo
roll.
before we...
You'll have to roll another damage on it.
Ooh, low.
Alright, so that
I
one's...
mean, now.
So it's going to have to do a con whiz, right? That's the first one. That's the second one. So, alright, first
And then
one
more
takes...
con.
He's not in it. Well, yeah, I'll get it here in a second. Let me do these two real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, so 7 on this one.
Yeah.
And then 20. Holy crap, guess what? You got another floating body. Good job on the Spirit Guardian setup. This one here will take...
No sickening radiance.
This one
Yeah,
here...
no, that overlap is brutal.
Yeah, so we got... The con save was saved here. But the wisdom failed. So it will take -7, minus...
Maybe 27.
Yeah. So he's still alive. And this one here needs to make a con. And just because I know where he's going to go. So he will take...
24
Yeah,
total
24.
on that one.
24. As he will...
Dude, that is messed up, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's going to
think
move
this is
in. This is probably a good thing, though, to be quite honest, because I underestimated how
No,
much
these
it-
things poisons do not mess around.
So, bite attack on Zareth.
Question, he's sharing the space with a rat.
The rat easily
Yeah.
can be perched atop of him or below him. I mean, the rat can make an attack of opportunity, but because he's a lot bigger than the rat, and he's floating in space, I imagine he could fling it off.
Or just fly higher.
Yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of room to fly
It's a
above and
3D
around.
space on a 2D map. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
sharing space with a rat.
Yeah, he's not technically on top of it. Like, he's within claw reach. But
The bite
14...
hits.
But the 14 misses, right?
Yes.
So it bites down and it like cleaves through the back part of your armor as you kind of get turned around and see it. But you manage to duck back just enough to avoid the stinger as it comes rippling in after you. Fortunately, he's not the only one attacking you.
I dodged that bite.
And how do you dodge that bite? Okay, you're just halving the damage.
I'm
Okay.
just having the damage, yes.
Alright, so
With
5 points of
uncanny
damage
dodge.
on that. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. And you take 24 points of poison damage plus the 12.
I'm down.
So, yep. Zareth starts to float up in the air now. Those are the only 2 threats there, so... Zareth, make a death save.
They're not hitting the rat?
No, they went after Zareth. The rat is just there. It's an annoyance, yes, but they're not worried about the rat.
It appears that I'm
failure.
next.
Yep, that's your first failure in Sidaria. You just saw
Okay.
Zareth go down with the 2 wyverns off to your right. Hey, at least
Okay,
it's not
as a-
Oscar, right?
As bonus action, I shall do. Where are you? Where's the damn spell? So I'm trying to do healing word. There you go. There we go. Healing light. There we go. And I'll heal him for
8 points?
3 healing lights.
Wait,
I'll do 3. 3 on him.
So how the hell does this work? And how do you get through?
Oh, I have a pool of 1 plus your warlock level, and as a bonus action, you can heal 1 currency with your max hit points.
Wait. At
Wait, never
first
mind, I'm
level,
thinking-
you have a
wait,
pool
never
of
mind.
d6s that you could spend to heal others. The number of dice is equal to your warlock level, which is... What level are you?
I'm level 7.
So you have a total of 8 d6s you can
Yes.
cast. So you
Yes.
you say how many d6s and then you roll the 3.
Yeah,
You're-
3.
So roll the 3d6. Those numbers don't compute.
Okay.
You need
Yeah, because you're adding your charisma mod 3 times.
Oh, that probably is it. Okay.
Yeah, this is just D6s that you roll.
D6
Okay.
plus charisma.
Does it say plus?
Okay.
Oh, equal.
1,
Maximum
2,
number of
3.
dice you could spend at once equals your charisma modifier. You can only spend as much as his charisma modifier. So yeah, how
No,
many?
with those rolls above had his charisma modifier added 3 times.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that. So yeah, that's why we're both saying you need to change this formula.
Okay. I changed it.
So you rolled him 3d6 or what?
Yeah, I rolled
Yeah.
it 3
2,
times.
5, and 6.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I thought you would just do a roll d6, 3d6. Anyway, so Zareth, right?
Yeah.
So Zareth, you get healed for that.
And then as my action, I will do 2 more Eldritch Blasts on the Wyvern that is on the furthest bottom.
Hit and a miss. Alright, it takes 11 points of damage as one of your Eldritch Blasts naps it right in the face, and its beak is like glowing with the energy still, and it's shaking it away. And then the second one just kind of flicks over to its left shoulder as its wing ducks down and up before it hits, and then it just kind of hits the wall behind it. Almost hitting the rat
And
in a ricochet.
I'm going to move up 1 space as well. That.
Alright. Borden.
Alrighty. Seeing as I tried to ask a question in chat and I didn't get a reply.
What was your question?
I was trying to ask Leo on a scale from like 1 to 90, how messed up are you looking? Because I've been keeping an eye on all the combatants.
Oh, he looking
About a
rough.
15,
He's looking rough.
and I
15 out of 90, alright.
More like
I chose an
15%.
arbitrary top number.
chose an arbitrary.
He's been taking a
Well,
licking. I would say you would definitely see some green ooze coming from this plate mail.
See, because I've watched Zareth go down, I've watched Oscar take a massive hit, and Leo's looking cocked up. So everyone friendly to me within 60 feet gets 35 hit points. That's right, Grouch.
Alright, so everybody
So
heals
cute.
for 35 hit points. As the Buckler of Kazia ignites with this green energy of wind that kind of soars through and it passes through everybody. And Leo, you feel this energy kind of ignite around you, and it's very familiar. You've felt it before. Along with everybody else. In Sidaria, this might be a new experience for you, I don't know. But you feel this wind just
I've
kind
had
of
it once
circle you.
before.
Yeah, it kind of circles around you, and you feel healthier now. And then the wind dissipates as the shield stops glowing, and it's now once more Buckler.
And that takes my action,
Mhm.
as we sort it out. So I will then just... I guess I'll move right here. Should I keep myself interposed between the flying asshole and the rest of the party?
You're still a buzzsaw, yeah?
I'm
Yeah.
still a buzzsaw.
But it's on their
Okay.
turn.
Oh.
Leo, you got this healthy wind that just kind of helped you out. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take 2 attacks against the wyvern.
Alright. Go ahead and make your swing. $12 will miss, the 18 will.
What do you think?
Jesus Christ, what kind of a modifier to hit do you have on there?
Plus 11. That's a plus 2 weapon. Plus my strength is plus 6.
Damn.
For a total of 22? Is that right?
23.
23?
23.
Sorry. Minus, sorry. Like I said, it's an off day for me. So you managed to swing and miss with the other. You seem to be favoring the cordial in instead of the comma, which I'm finding interesting.
What's the
You can
comment?
talk.
Or the scythe
Stats
side, the small
behind.
scythe. But yeah, you seem to be using the cudgel instead of the little comma that I gave you on the other end.
In his defense, he's known for bashing stuff in walls,
That is true.
skulls.
I'm just finding it as an interesting observation. I would have main hand the other, but still, there's no advantages or disadvantages either way. Anything else for your turn,
If
Leo?
you want to talk,
No, I'm completely
Oh.
fine with that. I'm just saying I find it interesting. Nothing else.
well, I'll explain to you here. If you want to talk mechanics, technically, bludgeoning is a better weapon type than slashing.
Mm-hmm.
More enemies are vulnerable to it. So that's just why I main-handed, in case we ever come across one of those.
Not a problem.
Anyway, bonus action, I'll take a greater healing potion.
All right. So you start guzzling down a potion, and like I'm getting capped off, and that will end your turn, I believe, right? Unless you wanted to do anything else.
Action surge, 2 more attacks.
All right, go for it. As soon as that potion starts to float in the air, or however you deal with the bottle, you start taking 2 more swings at this. They both hit. Anything else?
Nope. Is it still kicking?
It is still kicking. Barely. It looks very bloody.
And I'll just move a little bit around him.
Alright.
That's my turn.
So you go clobbering this thing, and it's like getting beaten up. And it's kind of bashed to the left, bashed to the right, kind of floating a bit, and it corrects itself. But it is looking very bloodied. Oscar's turn.
Alrighty. He loves his moot.
I'm just gonna say that orc is floating.
Just as it drifts around, battered in the holy winds of Guardians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Sorry about that. Being interrupted.
Now in the radius of flight.
Alright, so what are you doing? Oh god, that's right. Fucking, he's blind.
Yeah.
You got the
blind?
robe. Oscar is blind with the robe of many. Oh no, that's his other character, isn't it?
Yeah, let's say you're
I'm-
talking
I'm
about Bar.
I'm confused.
Bar is the one that would be completely boned right now.
I'm like, wow, that would. Okay, never mind. Go right ahead. Sorry, I got. One day they will mix. I'm sure they will. Like completely legally. Like they'll all be in the same room. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chuck out a couple scorching rays over at the one Leo's been hammering on.
Go ahead and make an attack roll for one. Is that a total of 9 for that?
That is 9.
You watch as the first scorching ray goes over, and the wyvern loses consciousness and starts to float in midair.
I
And-
guess the next redirect will be the one closest to him, south of Zareth there.
Alright. That will hit. nine.
Why is it auto critting?
The natural 20 on the
Or
other side.
adding?
It's the natural 20 on the other side.
Okay, that messed with me because I don't usually run this kind of a setup.
Mhm.
That one will miss
And
wildly.
that one will miss, yeah. Matter of fact, that will is that a 1? What is that?
That is a 1.
Roll damage anyway. I know exactly where that one's going.
The poor rat.
Yeah, that's right. You got him, Groucho. You managed to kill the rat. You're welcome. That one was for you. And Leo, you sensed that the large giant rat that you summoned just burned to death.
I'm just happy he lasted this long.
He did his work for what he could do. Yes.
Yeah, more work than the panther. By
Yeah.
God.
This rat is a badass.
So, I probably should have had that panther go over there and try to take another bite, but either way,
Could it
Any-
reach it with the movement?
I doubt it. Well, I don't know, maybe.
And then did the wyvern move away from me, or was that
No,
just
that
trying
was
to
just
recover
to
the rat?
To get to the rat.
Okay.
So yeah, that wyvern should be right there, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
I look down at the panther. You do nothing. Come on, attack. Oh,
You're not his commander, so bite me.
Actually, biting the panther might get more attention.
Hmm.
We'll get that put out for your saves. Start of the turn.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
a
the
bite
snake.
attack on board, and Zareth will get the tail. So he reaches out
I
and
need
bites,
saves.
and then it misses you, but his tail comes swinging around to attack Zareth. Need a con save from Zareth, as it pierces into you for
Doesn't it
7 points of
to
damage.
make a save first?
Oh, it
from
probably does, doesn't it?
the other one, yeah.
It will still probably survive, but go ahead and do the damage for it.
I already did. It's above your attack.
Oh, what was it? 19? Yeah, he will.
Right.
He will not only save, but he will take half damage and still be alive and still do everything he just did.
Roll
So-
Sickening Radiance. He's in that thing too.
Yeah, the
Roll the spell card there, Cindy.
We're doing the south
Oh, yeah.
one right now.
I'm on the south one. I'll get to him
Oh.
next. I need... Okay, so 24 points of poison damage as it pierces you plus the 7. Was that me?
He
30?
gained 1 HP from the buckler when it was all said and done.
Yeah, pretty
That
much.
just wiped it all back out.
Now we're on the other Wyvern, who will make a con save. And fail. And then a wisdom save. And pass. So, your original damage
Okay.
was 19, that brings it
20.
down to 10. And then 22, 32 points of damage. It looks rough, however, still alive.
How many points of exhaustion does it have now?
the Constitution is it'd be his third time. Gain 1 level exhaustion.
Yeah, the wyvern's disadvantaged, I believe, now, since it's failed the con save enough times.
Well, it still saved your wisdom.
Yes.
It
No,
already
that's
failed.
for-
So yeah, it's still... So basically its attacks will now be at disadvantage. So...
But question,
What?
so he took 22 points of radiant damage and just flat, while the other one is the wisdom save.
10 points off of his, because he already rolled it previously.
Yes, I had that pre-standing.
Yeah, what
Okay,
are you
I just
asking
want
here,
to make
Cindy?
sure you got.
Yeah, you got
Oh no,
all
I
the
was just
damage.
making sure you got the.
He is barely hanging on by a thread. You haven't killed him yet. He's got 3 points of exhaustion, so he will... exhaustion. I can say words. And he will make his attacks at disadvantage on Zareth, since he's the immediate target. 16?
Misses.
And that will miss as well. So this one here is looking ragged, rough, and verily weak. Zareth, what would you like to do? Would you like to put it out of its misery?
Yes, please.
Well, let's see if you can do
attack
that.
it twice with my short sword.
Ooh, natural 20.
Plus poison damage.
Don't think you have to worry about it. It only had 7 points of health. So you bring down your first swing. Crack! It stabs right into its head and just shatters into its skull. And then you pull it out and his brain goes gushing into the air, floating off. But then you got the other one that's south of you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to attack that one as well.
Alright, so go ahead and make your attack.
That's 19 for 9 damage. And 1 poison damage.
For a total of 10 damage. That one is looking pretty rough, but he is still sturdier than the others were before they died, so he's like a little bit better than bloody. And that Wimbird's floating in the air now somewhere. I believe that finishes Zareth's turn, unless he wants to move.
No, that's gonna get me killed.
Alright, it is now...
Disengage bonus.
I attacked twice, so that
Ouch.
was my bonus.
Yep, so Cindy,
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 Eldritch Blasts.
go ahead and make them attacks. That's a hit.
Yeah. For 19 damage.
19 damage, and he is still standing as he cringes in pain from the 2 Eldritch Blasts as they blast one in his face and the other against its chest. It kind of staggers there in the air, righting itself up, and then kind of stares off in your direction. It's like realizing it's in a very bad position. However, it has nowhere to go, just like you did. So,
Hey, Liam.
now what
Do
do
you
you
need
want?
healing?
Malachi?
No.
I'm good. I'm good.
I
Okay.
Almost done. Almost done.
Borden's turn. Do you need a moment, though?
No, should be good.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
I don't swing at things often.
No,
I'm gonna try to
no.
swing at it.
Yeah, go right ahead. That's a hit. That's some damage.
11.
He is very bloody now.
And then I just saw my friend there get beat up again. I just fixed this.
It's like, I just fixed this. Why do you keep staying there? There you go. You got
So
a
he's gonna
healing
get
word.
10 back.
And that will complete your turn, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And then Leo, then Oscar.
I'll move here and then throw out the Fury Somo.
Alright, make that attacks.
$21,
That will hit.
13 damage there. And so I checked the Guri Somo thing, and the size difference is for the grapple on the sickle side of it. Did you mean for the size difference to be also on the knock prone?
Yeah, because if it's bigger than you, you can't literally knock it over with that. I mean, if it's the same size, like another humanoid or smaller, you can easily do it. But in this case, like a huge creature, you can't really do that.
Then I would argue so far as they're flying right now, like we're all floating, knocking it prone you'd have to hog tie it.
Yeah. But doesn't matter. How do you want to do this?
It's a club. I was gonna have it cut off its head, but I'll go and smash its eyeball out.
So it smashes through the left eye and just kind of... And then you yank back and you pull out chunks of its brain. And it just starts to float up in midair. And then the air starts to levitate downward. All the corpses start splat, 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 splat. And then you're finally let to the ground and the door opens behind you. And your elk friend is like stuck there at the door. And then gets hit by the spirit guardians around Borden. Holy shit. What's he have to make? Wisdom? Roll me a spirit guardian as the door opens.
Yeah.
Just do it. Poor thing.
I knew there was something I'd be forgetting. I knew there was something.
Yeah, it's alright. I was like, I didn't realize until I was like, oh, that door opened and that elk is sitting right there. So he'll take 17 points of damage. He's a tough boy and he feels that damage and then he's like, eh! And he'll run backwards to get out of it.
I will nix it.
Alright, yeah. But that was like the initial...
Like, combat's over.
Yeah, so everybody's turning off everything, right? So go ahead and turn off your wars.
Yep.
I'm going to stack all the bodies over here because there are traps still in this place. You just never had a chance to cross them.
Because they're on the ground.
Well, on top of that, you could have went in the proximity of some of them. But yeah, there you go.
None of them ran off to the
Floating
radius.
landmine traps.
Yeah, there's a lot of floating corpses right now.
Alright,
Or
so...
actually, all the corpses are on the ground now. Yeah, show me how you're moving across the map, and I'll tell you to stop if you run into something.
He's made a straight line north from there.
Yeah, he made a straight line north from there.
Alright.
Come here, sir. Check out this chest.
I will... So once we get that all, started working, I will tell everyone that once we're done with the chest, we can go ahead and finish patching up.
Alright. So...
Hey, does anyone know how to...
What?
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Go ahead.
You first. You started talking. Go ahead.
Okay. Who else can cast Wall of Fire again?
That would be Oscar.
Because I have an idea. If he casts Wall of Fire at the entrance, pointing outward when we enter the next floor, and I cast 16 Radiant, I believe it would cover the full area, and they wouldn't be able to touch us.
I feel like that's also a freaking terrible idea.
You're nullifying
Yes.
your
Don't get me
fires.
wrong. I'm all for the I'm a fan of gas chambering the whole thing. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But that is a bad idea.
Sounds like
Yeah.
backfire might be a thing. Who knows?
I mean,
All right, so
it's
Leo
not like we're
moved
actually
towards the
pumping
chest.
gas
Let's
in.
let's get to the chest. Show me the path you're taking to get to the chest, because there are still dangers, and there are still things you can do to detect these traps if you were a good rogue.
Well, I'm gonna walk towards the chest, keeping my eyes out for traps in the same line that Leo walked. So from my position,
All right,
straight
if you're
to
taking the
blind him.
same path as Leo, everybody can go freely, no problem.
Yeah.
And
After
I'm
we go
going.
to the chest, I think we should take a short rest. I could use another action surge in the next room.
All right, so well, you can't
We'll
take
worry about
too
that
short.
after the chest is resolved.
All right, so
Yeah.
you guys took a short rest on the last floor, unless you actively said you weren't taking a short rest, because
Oscar
you're only
and
allowed one
someone
short
else
rest
rolled
per day.
hit die.
Oscar and Sydney rolled hit dice, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
So everyone else, I guess, could take one since they didn't.
Yeah, you
quote-unquote
could, I
take one.
guess. But you know, you need to kind of state that whenever the whole group is saying, like, you technically have to stay kind of a little bit active, like you're walking around, interrupting your short rest, so you're not taking it or something. But it's semantics, I guess. So the chest is here. What do you want to do?
I want to check out the surroundings for traps before I'm gonna stand in front of it.
Okay. Make an investigation. You see,
22.
you see something odd over here in this direction, but it's nowhere near the chest. You see something odd over here in this direction, nowhere near the chest, and just glancing with that high of an investigation, you catch a glimpse of something there.
Okay, now I'm going to check the chest for traps. $15.
I need everybody near the chest to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God.
Yay, high number.
Zareth. Borden.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that's Oscar? Yeah. Alright, so Oscar's fine.
Oscar 17.
Borden and Zareth, you are surprised as harmless snakes fly up out of the paper. There's these paper snakes that just pop out of the chest as you touch it. Just investigating it caused the spring loads of this trap, if you want to call it a trap. All these paper snakes just pop out and surprise you.
So it's the snake in the
it's harmless.
peanut jar gag, except
Yeah.
on the outside of the...
It's harmless, something playful, and it seems to have been added to this chest. There are a total of 4 paper spring-loaded snakes, so if you wanted to take those, you can. Inside the chest, though, because the chest opened as soon as you touched it, as you were investigating it, there is a spell scroll. There is a hilt of a sword. There is a wand. There is a staff. There is 400 platinum, 200 gold, 125 silver, 3
Dude,
copper.
slow down there, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, please.
Scroll, hilt, wand, staff.
400 plat,
400 plat, 200 gold, and 120 silver.
125 silver. Get it right. We have to
3
keep good
copper.
books. And 3 copper. Don't forget the 3 copper. And then there is a diamond shaped. There is a diamond in the shape of a crab on a little metal pedestal.
Okay, and I'll take that diamond shape as a little crab.
And are we doing anything else here while we're... This chest doesn't look like it's worth anything, since it seems like it's made out of almost like cardboard or something, but still had all these goodies in it.
I'd say we take the time to identify these items, and then those who need a short rest can take a short rest.
Yeah, we can do that. Is that what we want to do?
Yep.
I'm
Yeah, I
asking
want.
you.
Yeah, because that'll let me run Prayer of Healing as well.
I'll give you my one spell slot.
Identifying.
And I want to collect those spring-loaded snakes.
Alright, you can put 4 paper spring-loaded snakes. The scroll is a contact other plane. The wand is a wand of binding.
Roll. Contact of the plane.
The staff is staff of the python. And let me see if I put this in here.
The hilt is what?
The hilt hasn't
We
been
didn't get to that
identified
yet.
Oh, sorry.
but it will be in your journal, and it is called Jubilee's Jolly. So if you wanted to see what Jubilee's Jolly does, this hilt, a giant candy cane sword, pops out of the hilt of this weapon as a bonus action. You can cause the candy cane blade to come into existence in a puff of pure sugary smoke. While the blade exists, it is a magic longsword. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. The flavor of the sword changes depending upon what you stab with it.
I feel like that last line could affect anything. The flavor of the sword changes depending on what you stab.
I'm going to say, can I take that for a second and stab the wyvern in the leg?
Okay, you're gonna stab a wyvern?
Yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw if you lick it.
Yes.
Uh,
Because I'm very interested.
Okay, so it tastes like jalapenos. Very hot ghost pepper jalapenos. Your Constitution save allowed you to.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, it's so damn spicy, but you're fine. You're fine. So dragonkind seem to invoke a jalapeno flavor.
Everybody try this. It's very good. I love it.
Fuck no.
I'm
So
quite
during
alright.
the investigation process, I'm going to take a short rest.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody
I was about to
but
say-
Sydney and Oscar can take a short rest.
Oh, why can't I
The
take
you
a short
can't
rest?
take-
rest is
yeah,
purely.
You only get 1 short rest per day, along with 1 long.
Oh.
You can add that to whatever hit die you guys roll if you roll them.
But everybody
I
gets
wasn't
it.
able to hit dice, but now I don't need to.
There you go.
I told you guys, like, after we're done with the chest, I can, we have time while Oscar identifies, I can patch us all up.
So that one short rest per day, is that a homebrew thing?
No, that's story rule. That's book rule. If I'm not
Really?
mistaken- Yeah, because you're not. Because the ideal is you only get 1 short rest per day. You can't just continuously take downtime during each and every section. I mean, you get 1 short rest
Huh.
and then 1 long rest. I mean, that's why I've been reading into it, unless I read that wrong somewhere. So far, that's all I've seen on everything I watched.
Well,
So yeah,
Alright,
If you don't
so
take a
the
short
Wand
rest,
of
you gotta
Binding,
should
that's in the book.
should be
I
because
believe, yeah?
I did looted material.
Yes,
on
okay,
this.
I found it. I found it.
It's only one short rest.
1 short rest and 1 long rest. Then you can reset the short rest. Yep, so the Wand of Binding. This wand has 7 charges for the following properties. It gains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand crumbles into ashes and destroyed. Damn it.
Okay, so while holding it, you can cast Save DC 17, hold monster or person, or you can use your reaction to spend a charge and gain advantage on a saving throw to avoid being paralyzed or restrained, as well as advantage on a check to escape a grapple.
Oh, that's interesting. This one does a lot of neat things.
Hey guys, is it okay if I keep this candy cane? It's really interested me.
Just to remind you, the name of this weapon's called Jubilee's Jolly.
Let's see. Int or whiz? Intelligence. Maybe. Never mind, I wouldn't want it.
I mean,
Even though
you
it
don't care.
interests me.
You don't care. Like, I'm not going to penalize you for not wanting it. I just want you to know that this thing's named after the very thing you're wanting to go to war against.
Yes.
Remember, kill him with happiness. Jubilee's Jolly is the perfect weapon.
Okay, you convinced me.
I'm just going to say,
How
this
do you-
was the
How
weapon.
do you like that messed up logic?
You said you wanted a sword, or a sun sword. I wasn't going to do the sun sword. I thought this would be funnier.
Yeah.
So this weapon was inspired by what you wanted.
Okay.
Alright, do we have any takers for the wand, or do we have Oscar carry it?
It has to be a spellcaster.
I think everyone in this group is a caster.
Yeah. I could take it, because I only have one spell slot left.
No, Sarah's not. Well, he's a...
Yeah, he
Sure.
is. He's a ranger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he's got divine casting. Everyone in this group is a caster.
Well, when it says spellcaster, I'm thinking arcane, but whatever, no matter.
Well, if it's arcane, then it goes
I
to
don't care.
Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar.
I could take
Wesley,
it
or
for now.
whoever, it doesn't matter. Then you got the Staff of Python. I mean, some of this stuff you just might be selling. So, you know, you can look at it.
Is that not in the book?
Should be, because I tried to
Of the Python. Okay.
It turns
I
into a
just-
giant constrictor. So if anyone's got open attunement slots, they could be useful in next fight.
Requires attunement by a cleric, druid, or warlock.
Oh, then I can do it.
As can I.
Do either of you have an open attunement slot?
I do, because I don't have to attune to a magic weapon. I did have to attune to this shield, yes.
Yeah.
And then I finally got my ring back. But the Gem of Brightness does not require attunement. And then, yeah, no, I've got a spot because the Eyes of the Eagle took one. So, yeah.
Well, there you
That
go.
was-
That was floor 4. What did you think?
I liked the air battle. I did not like
Yeah.
the wyvern poison, because damn.
Damn, indeed. Yeah, it's supposed to get
'Cause
progressively.
damn.
Supposed to get progressively harder.
It's a floor 3.
Oh, let's see. The panther's still alive. The elk is still alive. All the orcs are dead.
Probably a little mad at us
Yeah.
right
well,
now, because I
Well,
Anyone want
the brat's dead. All right.
anyone wants to help me collect some of those wyvern tails? I'm interested in the poison they carry.
Yep, I'll help you out.
Okay,
I have hunting
so
experience.
as a
By the
side
way-
note here, where exactly did the wyverns fall? Because you said that there were traps in the room, and well, you got some of them marked. Is that all of them? As far as we know.
As far as I know, yes.
There's where all the wyverns fell.
Well, Oscar's gonna be Oscar and start, jotting notes down about the wyvern.
Okay.
Notebook of collection. I don't know. He
And
hasn't
I'll
said
help Zara.
next to crap about it, so.
Oh, and by the way, Cindy, let's reverse that. I'll help you.
Okay.
Which
15?
doesn't really help you because 14 is still what you get. I'll say you're able to pull off 3 poison sacks.
Okay. I hand them to Zara. Hope you enjoy.
Is that all you want off them?
I don't know
Yeah.
what's on the wyvern.
So, in the interest of time saving, I'm going to start at the opposite end.
Alright,
Well,
you
is their skin worth something?
I'm sure they got scales. I don't know. Let's see here. curiosity, let me check something while you go ahead and tell me what else you're doing.
And maybe break some of their teeth out as well.
So you want some wyvern
Those
teeth?
would make nice trinkets.
Alright, and then let me
Yes.
see here.
Oh yeah, is the magic items in the index to be added, or where do I add them?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean there.
Oh,
If you go to the eye in a circle, you can
Yeah.
get to the compendium for most other normal items. But Jubilee's Jolly, the sword, is in the item tab.
Yeah, just look in the item tab for that one.
Okay.
Let's see here. If Gordon wants to make a survival check.
I certainly would. Nice. Whiz-based classes, great at survival.
Interesting, because here's what you find. You can collect up to about 20 wyvern teeth altogether. The rest that you try to get beyond that just kind of break off and shatter. You can get 2 wyvern tongues. If you're inclined, you can get about, I would say about
Okay,
6.
what would I know about these that makes them worth collecting?
Well, you figure you might be able to use them in either like making jewelry or fashioning certain weapons and armors in a certain way with them.
Like the tongue.
The tongue, probably alchemy. Something.
Okay, so I would know they have alchemical use somewhere.
Yeah, they might have alchemical uses of some sort. We'll say what your survival, which is interesting, is you see off into the far corner of the chamber an egg, kind of wrapped
Like
up in
over
like.
here.
We'll say it's. Hold on, let me move this out of my way. Come here, here. Move this over there. We'll say it's about over in this section of the chamber. And it's like covered up in like old torn up leathers, and it's like a makeshift bedding of some sort. But you find a wyvern egg.
Gordon's a bit of a sucker for kids, but this is getting Harry Potter Hagrid style. If I actually
I'd love to take care of it.
I
always wanted to take care of kids.
I will say 6 talons as well, Leo.
And
There you
I'll
go.
see,
put
you're
the-
already carrying that big golden box. I'm gonna keep this egg with me, I think.
Okay. So I could like put it in the back of the box and like put some wrappings in it. Ooh.
Alright, guys, so.
Make a little bed for it.
So you found everything
Possible.
you think you could find here. You salvaged everything you think you can get out of this. Is there anything else you guys want to do in this room?
Nothing from the hide that we can strip some stuff off.
Your roll was too low. However, I would say with according to this, or just from the looks of it, it doesn't look like the hide would be worth taking. I'm going to say no because they have poison in their body and it kind of infected the skin somewhat. I don't think the hide would be worth. Like, it's not like dragon hide, but you got plenty of useful parts.
We singed their hides pretty well between Sickening Radiance, Spiritual Guardians.
Yeah, they're kind of shriveled up. Like they were they're almost like a husk by the time most of them fell to the ground. Just from the exhaustion that they were suffering. So you can blame your comrades for half of that.
Yeah, so it's okay.
I
if
have
it?
absolutely zero apologies.
Mm-hmm. But you guys are making bank. I wouldn't even worry about it.
So can I-
What's the weight on that wyvern egg, by the way?
I'll say it's about 10 pounds.
Alright.
A little hefty, but not fully developed yet.
Again, I'm fine with putting it on the back of the holder. Make a little
Cindy, I have a
bend for it.
feeling, just as a DM 2-player, I think that egg would break if you put it in there.
Okay.
See, that was kind of my concern. Like, I have a sack with minimal, hard surfaces.
And besides, Borden found it. If Borden wants to do what he wants with it, he gets to do what he wants with it. Otherwise,
Okay.
nobody else would have found it.
I really don't think it's a good idea to raise it, but...
Hey, this game is full of plenty of good ideas. That started out with that same
I
sentence.
mean, our fox turned out so well, though.
Yeah, he's bald in places, but he's fine. He's at home, actually. He's still alive, surprisingly. Though he tried to kill himself several times, you guys managed to keep him up. So, yeah, what's a wyvern going to hurt? But, yeah, you guys are pretty much free to do whatever you want now at this point, as you did a short rest for those who didn't have one yet.
Yep.
And,
Leo took one, yeah.
and now you're here to debate whether or not you should climb up to the 5th floor now.
I mean, I'm gonna poke my head out and check to see if, you know,
Yeah,
this platform
interesting
and
enough.
door...
Yeah, interestingly enough, as you kind of step out, the wall that closed up. Well, you didn't get to see that. There was a wall that was closing up as the door was starting to close, but you guys managed to go in before all that happened. So you're seeing this wall come down from the stairs, and then the wall that was to your right, that you're assuming was fake anyway, kind of comes down as well, revealing more stairs to go up. So it's just basically stopping you from going further until you completed this room.
I say we continue up the tower.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
Is everyone feeling alright? Zareth, you're probably tired, but you've been tired for the past 2 days.
Yeah. And it isn't the first time that I depraved myself of sleep.
Alright, I'm getting rid of all the tokens so I can make up the next floor as needed. But you can all start to gather into the hallway as we start to go up. And
I do have an odd question here.
Yes, ask away.
Seeing as I'm playing both characters, I'm going to use you as a mediator in this. Does the snake give a fart about the wyvern egg? Because it is an intelligent-ish snake.
He does not. He's a familiar. And I deleted your character on accident, Leo. So let me put you back in there. But everybody stayed in the freaking room. I was deleting everything in the room. Get the hell out of the room, Sydney.
Sorry.
Oh, well, here, get rid of one of them. Shit.
I mean, it wasn't. My character was still there. I don't know.
Oh, well,
You
who
didn't
the hell
delete
did
it.
I delete? Oh, I thought I deleted something.
I've got all mine.
Okay, my bad.
Oh yeah.
God, that's
And I
weird
like
to
to
say. I've got all
stab.
mine.
I like to stab the orc as well with that jolly.
Uh-huh.
Christ
taste it.
almighty.
Hold on, let me check out what it does. Hey, this is why I made it. It's for fun. It's fine. It's fine. That's why it's here. Let me double check what it does, because I gotta look at the GM notes.
See, I'm not saying Christ almighty because it's, you know, bad. I'm just like, there's bloodborne diseases you could be picking up just licking blood off the candy cane.
Not the blood. I licked the candy cane, not the blood.
It doesn't
changes
get blood
flavor.
on it when you stab things?
Oh, it gets blood on it, but the whole candy cane changes flavor.
Yeah.
I'm
what do I
looking at
miss
this
it?
purely from a medical standpoint. Like, this is bad.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you don't
it's
just go licking poison.
I can press visitation it to make it clean.
We will say this is pear flavored. Tastes like pears.
Okay.
So,
God, Cindy's gonna start hunting down things so she can stab them and lick them.
Yes.
Cindy,
It's
have
now
you
a
tried
thing.
the wall yet?
the elk
Thank
comes
you.
back over to you, Leo, and like,
Leo burped.
yeah, and oh, well, then the panther's over there by him as well. Would you guys like to take 5 minutes since we're close to the 2-hour mark, and we'll go ahead and take our break here?
Yeah, actually, an IRL short rest would be great.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're going to be back in about 5, 6, 10 minutes maybe or so. Go ahead and take a little bit of time here, and be
Okay.
right back. So if anybody wants to keep talking, that's fine, but I will go check on things and be back as well.
Okay, I'll be back real quick.
Yeah, same here. It seems we're abandoning you, Selmachi. Okay, I'm back.
I've been doing a lot of stabbing.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I could hear.
Alright, so since I've got the majority of us, though,
So I'm thinking of stabbing the elk and the panther for experience.
bad idea for one. For two, I have a wyvern egg, and metagaming, they're unaligned creatures. They're not good, they're not evil. Theoretically,
I'll
it
heal
could be
them.
raised and trained.
Yeah, there are wyvern riders. We haven't really.
Now, the problem with this is,
Nobody in this group is trained to train.
yeah, it'd be like trying to, well, it'd be bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that could go wrong. However,
Well,
it could
so
be
next-
gloriously amazing, too.
Which
Yeah.
I would love that.
Doesn't hurt to try.
And
I'm
as a
up for
dwarf, well, see, as a dwarf, I am resistant to poison, which means I'm probably the more likely of us to succeed in a training, because if it stings me, I can smack and be like, "No, bad."
Why? You don't like my stabbity stabs?
I
Like,
wouldn't
I'm-
care. I would just love it anyways.
I'm just looking at this and like, okay, if we're going to untrained trainer it, I'm probably the better one to do so right now.
Sure, you can
Which is
find
part of
ways
why
to-
I was a bit more insistent upon taking the egg with me in case it decided to hatch in the pack and freak.
Well, no, I'm fine with it.
So, who are we waiting on? Anybody?
Leo, I believe, still.
Alright. Oh, well, I mean.
But yeah,
Oh. But yeah. That was
are you back,
my...
Leo?
I say the bloody orcs did it. I'm sure I could.
Yeah. Well, that was what was in this room. You never know. This
Well, okay,
egg
the
might
orcs train
disappear.
direwolves.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. This room isn't naturally here, but yeah, still, it's something I'm letting you take. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that was the 4th floor. I was like, what crazy thing could I come up with? That would make
See, I
this-
actually enjoyed that. It was
Yeah.
weird.
it was,
It was very weird.
And you guys didn't go to the points where the traps were initially, so I was like, damn.
Well, we didn't really have a choice with half move speed. There
I
wasn't
know,
much
I
room
know.
crossing.
And I was like, well, and then you guys did the AoE spammage,
Yeah.
which was good on you. Good thing I picked what I did, because I knew you guys could put out a lot of damage if you really wanted to. So,
Those
yeah.
vampires can suck a fat one the next time we meet, because I'm sorry, that is a lot of radiant damage.
I would
Yes,
suggest a hero
And that
feast.
exhaustion's going to be a mother.
Alright,
Yes.
so we did a short rest. We're looking at about, let's see, 7, 8. It's about 10 or 11 in the day. Can't quite tell. Like every so often you can see like a small slit in the wall that kind of lets in a little light. But you're kind of disoriented about which way you're facing. But you're here outside in this open chamber that leads up to the stairs. That leads back down as well. So what you guys want to do? Believe we're all back, right?
Yeah, we're back.
All right.
I don't think Leo said he's back yet.
Well, he said back in chat, right?
Oh, he did, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
here.
see that. I hadn't
Okay.
tabbed back into it quite yet.
Okay. So
Let's go up.
I'm going to kind of tap Leo on the shoulders like, I don't know how much farther we've got to go, but we both know that midnight conversation.
And you know what happened as a result of it.
Listen, I'm borderline responsible for it, so I'm trying to, be like, all right, if we're gonna do something screwy, you need to, we need to know now.
Do I hear this?
are you talking to where anybody else can hear you?
I mean, we're just at the back of the party while we're moving up the stairs, I assume. So
Yeah, I mean,
I assume he's looking for traps and watching ahead of us.
Then I will say no.
like, this is kind of a hush-hush thing because, we made a bit of a rash decision, and now we're like, all right, we're getting there.
Could I have the key? If anything happens, I don't want to drag you guys down with me if anything happens.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say no because you and I got into this together. You're not going in alone.
You're not the one with the glowy mark.
I know.
As you guys are starting to climb,
It's one of those, I'll bring you back to life. I'm not giving up on you that easy, damn it.
Yep, Zareth and Cindy are kind of up front. You see, well, you hear a clopper of about 3 footsteps. Seems to be 3 things maybe coming down the stairs. And then about 25 feet away from you, at the edge of the curve, you can make out a black and white figure of 3 gnolls. One carrying a staff, one carrying a club, and what was the other one carrying?
A lantern.
No, you killed that one. Oh, maybe there was only 2.
There were only 3. There was the lantern, because the first floor was kind of just in.
Yeah, okay, so then I take that back. There was only 2 footsteps. Thought I had 3. My bad. I knew I had. Oh, so you see the one with the staff and the club, and they just kind of stopped. They noticed you.
Are you friendly? Do I roll animal handling or?
You don't roll
What
anything.
the hell?
They just look at you like they acknowledge you and just simply shrug. And they turn their backs towards you. And they walk back up.
Feel like after enough levels, they're gonna attack us. It multiplies. I say to Zareth.
Why did you think I jumped a gun 2 floors down?
Psychological.
You guys done back there?
Well, we're all moving up, I assume.
Yeah, you guys are all moving up.
Yeah, just chat while we climbed, more or less.
Yeah.
So next time we
Okay.
should probably kill them again.
You guys make 3 spirals around. You found them about the 3rd spiral, you assume, and then they walked up. And I don't know if you're trying to keep up with them, but eventually after 1 spiral, their footsteps fade. You don't see them anywhere. And then you make about the 5th spiral, and then as you're coming into this open hallway where it stops, there's this pedestal sitting right there.
So we'd all be back right around here.
Yeah, so put yourselves... Yeah, pretty much. About where the panther is where the pedestal is, and I will get back on the right layer so I can move all this stuff. So there's a pedestal in front of the door that's like a giant slate that's just slammed down. And you guys are coming up from over here. What do you want to do? The pedestal stands about 3 feet high. It's kind of circular, and it's like flat on top.
Is the area near it trapped?
You can make an investigation to find out. I will get on the proper sheet.
Natural 1.
Looks safe.
Looks fine.
Perfectly fine. Nothing could go wrong. But as
Let me go ahead and say it now. That's the worst part about D&D, knowing a player rolled bad. And
let me go ahead and get
Acting
around a...
like- no.
Unless anybody wants to move up to it, I'll let you make perception checks before you move up to it. Everybody.
I'm just gonna move up to it.
Traps either.
All perception.
So Leo walks through as you guys are trying to look at it, and he's standing in front of it. Leo, what you see are 4 circular grooves. And the 2 on the top, you're looking at it from, like, it's upside down. Like, if you were on, like, the south side of it, like, the Panther isn't exactly where it is. It's kind of like in between there, and you could like stand here or north of it. But anyway, as you're looking at it, at the top there are two grooves, circular, and it says, let's see here, C and D above the top two circles, and then there's two circles at the bottom with the letters C and R on the bottom.
Maybe it is the cat and dog and crab and rat. If those rat things are normal, I don't know.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yep. So the C and the R, or the D and the R we could fit in. I've got the rabbit. You want to pull up the dog there, Cindy?
Yep.
Put the R and the rabbit in the R and the dog in the D.
Okay.
And how do we want to figure out? Is there any
Well,
indication?
we got the
what,
cat one first and the crab last.
Yeah.
If it's if those are in a square where it's CD and then CR at the bottom,
Yes.
it'd be, cat on top, crab on bottom.
we could
If
try
we're
it.
going well, because the entire thing has been one big spiral, so it makes sense that the final key would be a spiral in the order in which you got them.
That makes sense.
I mean, they're in pairs. If it was like all in line, that would make sense. But they're in
Well,
pairs.
you can have.
It's like the rabbit was on floor 3.
So what are we doing?
We're trying to figure out this puzzle, man.
Oh, wow. Don't struggle.
So that.
So cat,
And
dog,
then-
then crab, rabbit.
Well, the spaces didn't go in. But
I get the idea. So I
But
just
yeah.
need to know, are you doing it?
Yeah.
So
what
as
was
you,
Dad?
alright, so you put the cat and the dog, and then you take the crab and the rabbit, and you line them up in the spaces. Sure enough, the door behind you shutters open as it comes up from the bottom to the top.
Could I remove the rabbit?
It stays open.
Alright, I'll gather all the diamonds and put them in the bag of holding.
You first find yourself peering into nothing but darkness. Even if you have night vision, you cannot see into it until you actually enter the room.
Okay. I'll stealth and walk in.
Okay.
I follow suit and I flip up my hood.
I just walked right in.
Alright. You hear
Doesn't matter, it's
Exactly.
still a natural one.
Entry.
Let me get a perception check as you all walk in.
Based on sight, sound,
We're
or.
gonna go sound because you can't see anything yet. Sydney,
There's
you hear the,
Oscar. There's Gordon.
both are terrible. Zareth and Sydney, you hear the sounds of some kind of magic spell going off. And then it goes off. Nothing happens.
I jump out of the way from the
You
opening.
okay, the door and then the room's unnatural darkness starts to fade, and there's like torches that light up along the wall. They're not real torches, it's just that they emit light like a light spell and just kind of illuminate the area. And as you look,
I feel it's safe to assume the elk did not make it in.
I would say so.
Did the
to
panther
you.
make it, though?
We can let the panther join if you like. But
Sure.
what you see now, and I will get them out here. Did I put them on the... Sorry, whenever I changed these floors, the other floors, I had more time to deal with. This one here. But you heard the sound of a spell go off. Did he get put on there? And then in the middle of this room, you see a chimera roaring out at you as a man starts to fly up in the air. And he is technically 30 feet up in the air as the fight starts. And I need everybody to roll initiative. As we are now in the boss fight.
I will be happy to roll initiative.
Yes.
There's the list. The list should be ready.
There it goes. Jesus Christ, Oscar.
It's fine. Him going last is probably a good thing.
Hey, I rolled a natural one as well.
Damn,
so
Leo's
don't
on
worry.
top of the game. Alright.
Oh, the penguin's gone.
Working.
Leo, why's the penguin gone?
I got rid of it because it was an annoying star.
What
I
penguin?
thought it was funny.
What penguin?
Come at me, bro.
Oh,
Thank you.
I honestly do
No.
not care. It's fine. The only thing that aggravated me is when it was used for Power Rangers.
No.
Sorry.
See that, and I feel like it'd be fine to flavor like initiative that rolls once per encounter.
Yeah, it's So you hear the roar of a lion, the bang of a goat, and the roar of a dragon head going off as this chimera flaps its wings and looks out at you. And a man seems to be floating up in midair. Why didn't that keep? He's 30 feet up in the air and looking down. And he kind of laughs. He's got that zilting, cool look to him as he just goes, Leo, you're in this room. What do you want to do?
Is the chimera on the ground?
Yeah, he's on the ground.
First, I'm gonna direct the panther to attack the
Alright,
chimera and the guy.
see how far he can go.
50 movement speed. And a 40 climb if that ever comes up.
Alright, so he'll close in over here. And he'll attack the panther. Or the panther will attack the chimera. Swipe! I don't think a 12's gonna hit. No, 12 definitely misses. So it reaches up there and it swipes. What do you want to do?
I will also close the distance and attack.
Alright, so here you are. You crawl up and you see these three heads arching down looking at you. Those will both hit.
I will pump a divine smite into both of them.
Alright, so go ahead, roll me some damage. As you
Is it?
whack, two beams of divine smite. No, it's not considered. It's a large monstrosity. So that's a total of
38.
38, yep. Good first round. As the lion head takes the brunt of all your attacks, it kind of closes its eyes and bears the damage as the divine smite ignites into it, and then it just roars in your face, ready to go. Is that the end of your turn?
Bonus action, I'll attack again.
Alright, so swing the other hand. That will hit.
Divine smite.
Go ahead and roll me some damage.
$22 more.
As it takes another beating, you slice it with the sickle end of the Gorisumo and kind of gashes into the neck of the lion as it starts to bleed profusely. And that will finish your turn, right?
Action surge, 2 more attacks.
Holy shit, are you gonna kill this thing on the first attack?
If we can one
that's
round
the goal.
something in this boss encounter, we certainly should.
Alright, so go ahead and make your attack. Those will both hit.
I'll just pump 1 Divine Smite into one of the attacks.
And all these are level 1 Divine Smites, or...
One of them was a level 2, and then this one is also a level 2.
Alright, it's just making sure you're taking off
Like-
your spell slots as you're using it. Alright, go ahead and roll me damage.
I think I'll have one of each.
27...
35 more.
And already in the first round, it looks bloodied, and the cackling wizard just kind of stops for a minute. He's like, "Why are you already hurt?" And the cat, like the chimera, just goes meow, meow, whimpering as it's being beaten to death by this paladin that just walked up and said hi. Sydney, Leo's got this
Okay.
chimera on the ropes already. What do you want to do?
Okay,
Finish
so
him. Finish him.
move up 30 feet. And then cast 2 Eldritch Blasts on that said kitty cat.
One will hit.
We'll have 11.
And he is still standing.
I wonder what that tastes like. Say apple.
God damn it, Monster Manual. What the fuck?
So
Give this guy
done.
some fucking spells so I don't have to look this shit up. Alright, sorry. Bored.
Alright, me and my short fucking legs. Yeah, so before I do anything else,
Tell me what you're doing so I can do a couple things at the same time.
I'm gonna put a death ward there on Oscar. You know, Mr. Squish himself.
Right?
And then I'm gonna toddle up for my move speed. .25-foot move speed is great.
Oh shit, I'm 1 off.
I can spell, damn it.
I say, like, I thought you stopped short. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that, an action,
Yes.
and I'm good. Move action, and
A bonus action you have left if you can do anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
mean-
I'm gonna look here at everything you're doing. It's just I haven't... trying to populate the spell list of this stupid thing that didn't have a populated spell list already.
yeah, actually,
Alright, so
no.
you cast
I
Death
do have a
Ward as an
bonus action I
action.
haven't ran in a long time.
And we're casting a spiritual weapon.
See, I can't. Like, that's the only bonus. Zareth was talking about bonus actions if I had them. Because you can't cast 2 spells in the same turn. Unless one of them's a cantrip and a bonus. Unless that's not a rule, I'm thinking of an older version. But as far as I'm aware, it's one spell around. Unless you can
cast...
sorcerer quicken.
Hey, you can move that smiley face wherever you want it.
I can't cast a spell to start though. Like I have.
Well, you can cast
Unless
it
I
as a
can
bonus.
cast
It's a
2
bonus
spells.
action. No, you... Now, yeah, there's certain rules, like, if you're trying to...
If you're gonna let it fly, then yeah, I'll let it. You know, I'll run it.
I feel like if the spell specifically says that it could only be cast as a bonus action, I will say that that gets cast as a bonus, and you can use your action for whatever you want. So yeah,
Okay.
I will allow it to fly. And I'm still over here playing with the spell book here.
Yeah, I'll pull my gully little wind chimes out of the ether.
Oh, that's a Dungeon Master Guide. I'm going to pull out the player's handbook and try to do a quick population of spells on this guy floating
I'm assuming
around.
11 will miss Chimera, yeah?
Yeah, that will miss.
Alright.
Wouldn't it have advantage with that sandwich?
No, it
Not the.
it
no.
does not get sandwich bonus.
Yeah, it does
the
not
weapon.
get. It does not get the. Yeah, it does not get that bonus. All right, so that one we'll put that at 2.
That, and it doesn't prevent anyone from reaching the guy, which is part of why I throw him on the other side of people, because, frontage is, a bit of a premium sometimes.
All right, what else do I? All right, so with your turn over, Zareth, what would you like to do? As I'm still playing around here.
I would like to take a shot at the Chimera.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. That will hit.
24 for 17 damage total.
Wow, how do you want to do this?
Just a quick clean kill. So
you-
a shot in the heart.
Move him over here real quick so I can get to this. And just like that, the Chimera reeks back in pain and agony as you cut an arrow right between the dragon and the lion head and open up the wounds that were already bludgeoned and sickled in from Leo's attacks. And that divine smite damage that he did just compounds on this thing and just sends it to its knees, and then it's shuddering, and then it just crumples over.
As a bonus action, can I throw my ethereal dagger to the wizard?
Are we actually going to use the Yes, go for it.
Please, by all means.
Yes, even if I could do it. I gave that to you for a reason. You should have used it a long time ago.
And it does
That's
something.
right.
Damn. So the wizard gets slapped. You see the dagger disappear from your hand. You can still hear it. Whoosh, and then it
As I
reappears
throw it, I yell, catch.
and it lands right into the left clavicle of the sorcerer or mage or whatever is floating up in this air, and he's like, ah, as it just reeks into him. And that's a total of how much?
A total of 11 damage.
You got a natural
Because I don't
20,
get
right?
sneak.
But that's with the
Yes.
double die? All
Unless
right.
he gets a sneak attack.
No.
Unless you give me sneak attack again,
No, not on that one, no.
the dagger does disappear, so...
Yeah, the dagger's in him now, so your dagger is up there. So you will have to retrieve
Watch, he's going to
it.
give it back to you.
That is a possibility. He has this thing. That actually gives me an idea of one of his spells he should definitely have. But I think we're going to start this off with something really, really horrible.
Neat.
Yeah. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 9. Tell me the number.
Who are you asking?
Anybody who... Yep.
4.
Let's roll a 1d9 then.
So you can, in fact, roll a 1d9 in...
I could, but I got to thinking, maybe we'll just do this. Let me get a deck save from everybody.
Oscar has something to say about that. The
Does
counter
he?
spell.
Well, he can definitely try. It is a level 9, so he will have to roll a con check on...
Con check?
Or
It's,
wait,
charisma.
what's the... God damn it, counter spell. Can you...
Counter spell is
Hold on. So it's going to be...
spell 4th level or higher.
Here it
DC
is.
is 10 plus spells level.
So the DC is 10 plus 9, it's 19, so he needs to make a...
It's a charisma check of 19.
Alright, so go ahead and roll his charisma check.
It is not a save, correct? It's just a straight check.
The
Correct.
DC is equal, yeah, and he can... let's see, it starts out as 19. If you want to lower the DC, I think you can knock it down for a higher cast at the level.
Yeah.
When you cast this
Wait.
spell using the spell slot of 4th level or higher, the interrupted spell has no effect if the level is less than or equal Okay, so no, he's definitely going to have to do a DC save because he can't cast a ninth level.
And speak of the devil, and here he comes.
Yeah, he just walked in. Razor, would you like to make your charisma check on Oscar to counterspell a horrific spell?
And I will help if it doesn't work.
No, it
I
does.
have spells well.
You can have multiple counterspells lash
yeah.
out.
So this
if
guy.
yours doesn't work, I'll
If
try.
you want to start it, whoever wants to start it. So you see this wizard up in the air, and he's like, "You killed the chimera that easy, then I shall do the same to you." And then these meteors start to form, but you're at that moment where you want to counterspell. So how do you want to do this?
Razor?
I'm currently walking in. I can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Sydney,
I'm
if you
gonna
want to
have
counter it,
check.
unless you want to roll it for him.
I need him to counter it first. Because that's my last spell. Rather.
Oh, yeah, just.
I made it!
Good job.
And what level did you cast that?
I made it! Yeah, I made it! 10 plus spell level.
He sees you countering his spell, and as a reaction, he will counter your counter spell.
Well, fuck you. I'll counter your counter spell.
Holy shit! And with that, this little mage war just happens, and all of a sudden, put, and then everything gets countered. Good job. And he's a little frustrated.
Jesus
He's a little
fucking
mad.
Christ.
I'll get
He
you.
better be.
Yeah, he is. And with that, he will continue to scale up 30 more feet into the air. And this chamber looks like it's about 100 feet tall. So he is technically 60 feet up, plus whatever. He apparently cast a fly spell at the beginning of the game, or as soon as you guys walked in. So he is 60 feet up and that far away from
That
you.
was not as worth countering as that.
That was probably
Good God.
that was definitely worth countering because he was going to open with the biggest damage dealing spell because you killed his chimera, and he saw you counter. He's like, well, I got that too. But then Sydney came in and basically it was a resource waste war. That's what that was. Chimera.
At least now doesn't have a 9th level spell.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oscar, are you here now, Oscar?
I'm actually logged in. I'm disconnected, but I'm here.
So they kill the
If you
chimera.
could direct me what you want to do, I can operate your sheet while you're logging in and all.
Well, he's right there.
It's just saying, like, it takes me a second to load in to get to the role playing. Just... Don't worry, continue.
Good.
Well, you're up.
It's your turn.
Oh,
I would love to.
That's what I said. If you want me to operate your sheet, I can do that while you're loading.
yes.
Alright, what would Oscar like to do, Gordon?
I was asking Razor what he would want Oscar to do. I click the button.
If the wizard's trying to run away, probably put up a wall of fire between him and the exit.
He's not running away. He's just.
There's
getting
no
more
exit.
distance.
He's flying up.
He's flying up to make sure you guys don't have distance on him.
Okay, so hang on. I need to look at the wall of fire. It can go in a circle and it can go in a line, but can it go in a sphere?
I don't think so.
Hang on.
It's meant to go in
Yeah,
a
I don't
line.
think-
It's meant to go in a line either way. It's called a wall of flame for a reason, not spear of flame.
Okay. Well,
Well, can you
Was
make
that
it
you
like?
just using the sheet? It was. I can kill it.
Well, couldn't you make it above him and then point down?
I could.
Why not just do a fireball quicken
yeah,
and
I'll-
then another one?
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
The wizard is 60 feet up and 50 feet away from you.
60 feet up, 50 feet away.
The hypotenuse still isn't that
Yeah.
great.
I'll double fireball.
So double fireball.
Yes.
Oh wow, I just realized something.
That's the 2 fireballs.
Alright, he needs to make dex
Well,
saves.
And we burnt his reaction, thank God.
Yeah.
Alright, so he fails. So how much total is that?
That is
67.
67, yeah.
So yeah, the fire ignites on him, and it kind of spews around him, and then it hits him a second time, spewing once more, and it's like he purposely let it hit him. It did damage, but it doesn't look like it did significant damage like you thought it would. And it comes down to Leo's turn.
I guess I'll throw a couple javelins at him.
Alright. So pulling out a javelin from your back, you toss one up. That'll hit. That'll miss. So one of the javelins kind of sticks into his right leg, and he's like, ah! And he pulls it out and then throws it back to the ground, and it clatters. And the other one just goes spiraling off, landing somewhere over in this direction. And you reposition. Anything else?
Nope.
Sydney.
Okay, I'm going to move right under, well, almost underneath them. And then do 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Top one hits, second one misses. Or, wait, I
12
take that
damage.
back. They both hit.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, wait, never mind.
22
I
damage.
apologize. They missed mage armor. I forgot.
12 damage.
Yeah. Sorry for the confusion. I was looking at the sheet, and then it's like, but, and it's, mage armor. Yeah. And Sydney, you deals. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's also the same thing, though. So 12 damage. So we'll do this. Your Eldritch Blast kind of ripples across his form. It did some damage, but just like the fireball, it kind of shatters around him, and he just kind of takes the brunt of it, and he's still there, floating around. Borden. Unless Cindy has anything else.
Nope, that's all.
I'll move up to here. And then I get to use a spell I practically never get to use.
Guiding Bolt. That will hit. For 19 damage. And I believe that does an effect too, right?
Yes, the next person to attack him has advantage on the attack roll.
Alright. Sarah. Anything else for Borden? No, I'm sorry.
My spiritual weapon is kind of a spare dick at a wedding, so I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss it now, I guess, since it can't even keep up with him.
I could ascend.
Well, a slowly
what-
creeping threat is also nice.
We can move it up if you want, 20 feet per round, right?
Yeah, 20 feet, and he's moving how far around
Well,
right now?
He can move his distance on. He's using the fly spell to get around right now. So, yeah, he could technically get away from it if he wanted to. But you never know. You might actually corner him. Who knows?
Sure, I'll keep it around and chasing him then.
Alright.
Can we get some concentration checks with all the damage he's had for that fly?
I'm not sure. Let me double check something.
Yeah.
I will double check. Because I don't think it requires concentration.
It actually
Up to
does.
10 minutes. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright, so.
And you said he's currently 60 feet above.
Oh no, if he falls out of the sky.
Well, that'll fail because the fireballs did a massive amount.
Damn, you guys are fucking lucky. What the fuck?
Oh no.
And that's why it didn't go directly under.
You would have caught it as he fell.
Oh Christ. Wait, so when would he have hit the ground? Because,
He hits the ground.
well,
He takes 21 points of fall damage. And now he's
Shit,
like
no.
prone.
that might have changed what I did, but I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with it since
I mean, you could
technically
move it if you want to move it.
we
in.
resolved it. we resolved it after I
Yeah, that is true. All
had
that
done my
would have
shit.
happened.
So
Poor guy. Alright, so he falls from the sky and he lands down and he's like, oh shit. What do you want to do, Zareth?
I want to stab it real quick with my sword.
Go ahead and make an attack roll as he's like, shit.
so he's prone, so there's advantage on this attack.
Yeah.
But he gets disadvantage, so it's still a straight roll.
So
Well, then
And
the guiding
it's
light
still
gives him a
and a
crit. Go
shitload
ahead.
of sneak damage.
Alright, so
So-
what are you attacking him with again?
My
That's the
short sword.
Which is a +1? Okay. Which does enough damage, I believe. Oh god, it's over 30, right?
Yeah,
That's over
that
How do you
is
want to do this?
37.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
Seeing that he's lying on the ground, I take my short sword and I shove it under his chin up into his skull.
As he gets killed in the manner that you described, his body turns to ash, the wind blows around him, and everything on him and around him disappears. Yes, you already
I am
killed him.
so sorry.
And you killed the
Including
Chimera.
my dagger?
No, everybody, your dagger clatters on the ground.
I picked that up.
Well,
I take out Jubilee's jelly and stab the.
Star, I am so sorry.
no, don't apologize. It's fine. You managed to complete the 5th floor of the tower.
No, because I know you spent time on this too, and we just two-turned it.
Pretty much. And yeah, that fucking
Oh,
concentration check
man.
won't fly. Like, the whole idea was for him to be out of range from you guys, and still you were able to catch him before he can get full distance away, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what really sucks? This took less time than the goblins.
The other room was more of a challenge than this. So yeah, this incredibly hard round got turned around because you had spellcasters to counterspell everything that could have gone wrong. No, good on you. That's exactly what you need to do. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I might be a little
Can I
sore,
get like
but
5 minutes?
well, gee, Willikers, guys, you made it to the top. You got the final chest standing there in front of you. Let's see what we got.
Wait,
All right.
this was the top floor?
Yeah, there's a portal that actually appears on the side of the room, near the back entrance. Let me read how this
This
works.
feels kind of fishy. This is way too
The
easy.
party could.
It
Can I
wasn't
do an
supposed to
arcana
be.
check on that portal?
So yeah, I'll
Oh wait,
take
hold
the
on.
flavor.
I just have to kind of finish off what. All right, upon defeat, there is a gilded chest that comes out of the wall, revealing loot for the party. Next, a pedestal in the center of the room pops out, and you see a black pyramid stone.
I'm going directly to that and grabbing it.
Don't
and
grab
putting
it.
in
We
the
need
bag of
to.
holding.
You grab it.
I do it.
And you take it into your possession. Make a quick investigation check as you pick it up.
We should probably get the chest first. I think that's really important to the tower structure.
Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary about it, though. So you put it in there. And you got it in the bag. With that... Let's see here.
Also, I love the flavors of the Archmage and Chimera.
The
Awesome.
Archmage disappeared. His body
But I
turned
tried
into
to
dust.
stab the ash.
You get a mixed flavor of jalapeno, cherry, and raspberry. This creature is just too weird. It's just a mixed flavor. Now, what do we want to do about the chest that popped out of the wall?
I want to check it for traps.
You make an investigation while I look up something called a portal.
15.
We love you, Star. Thanks for running the game.
Oh, you're very welcome. Just wait till we get to the end. Jubilee might actually be eviler than you think. It'll be my present to
Yes, we do have
Yes.
a dragon that eats children.
Alright, so a portal appears on the side of the room, And an
You
Arcana
thought I was
check.
crazy.
What was your Arcana check, Oscar? Your
15.
your investigation on the chest. It is not locked, and you can easily open it. It's a portal. It seems that it will take you somewhere. You're not sure where.
Okay. So I can't really tell.
Open the chest.
Opening the chest, you find a short sword, 3 greater healing potions that you just noticed right off the bat, 2 regular healing potions, like you fucking need them, 400 platinum, 300 gold, 200 silver, 11 copper pieces, and a diamond in the shape of a dragon's claw.
I'll take the diamond dragon and put it in a bag of holding.
Alright.
Does anybody want the healing potions?
I'll take one.
I would like to have one.
Can I get a greater?
You get a greater, you get a regular, you get a regular.
I'm good on healing potions because I get healed every time you guys get healed. Thank you, Life Cleric.
Fuck off, life.
Cool.
Oh, that's
I'll take
cool.
the other 2 greater ones.
Yeah, the only thing you actually need to identify is the short sword.
Yeah. Everyone willing to wait?
Yeah.
So long as you think that portal will hold long enough.
Did I notice anything like destabilizing it?
Well, for a quick second here, it seems to be holding. I mean, you think it'll transport you somewhere if you jump through, and you're not sure if it will disappear before or after that. So there is no certainty whether it will stay stabilized. The door opens again, and your elk runs in.
I'm thinking we might need to go through this portal first. Because I don't trust it to stick around. And I'm hoping it takes us to the bottom of the tower because we have camels.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and hop in the portal.
Yeah, I'll follow.
You all land on the first floor, and there is another portal that is like. Let's see here. I'll move the portal. Like.
Can I break a dragon teeth of the Chimera before
Yeah.
I through?
The portal is disappearing as you're having that thought.
Okay, I'm moving the portal.
Alright. So, yeah, you vamp, and you're all back down at the basement, first floor. And you see another portal that's just kind of illuminating there. And it looks different. Like, you don't think it'll take you back to the same floor. But,
Right, I'll hop in this one too.
Jesus Christ.
Oh well, screw it.
well,
Off we
guys,
go into the wild blue yonder.
I'm going to have to write up the next 5 floors, guys. Thanks for jumping into the other half of the tower that wasn't built yet.
That's my
Oh, mercy. Before you jump into this tower, though, you go into the portal. It doesn't actually take you anywhere. You're still on the same floor. You're just, like, standing in light, actually. And you look at the wall, and you see a shape of a claw.
the diamond.
But you also
this
hear-
portal seems like it's waiting for an activation. We should totally check our shit out right now.
And you hear a shallow voice kind of ringing across the area. So, did you find it? Yeah. And it's the female voice of Minerva.
I think so.
Good,
we were gonna
good,
come visit
good,
you.
good. Yes. Use the key when you get the chance. But you are at the base, inside the storm of the sand tower, and there are more levels to this tower that we could explore. However, the story is kind of asking you to keep going in this direction instead, which means you could come back to this later if you like, unless you're really dead set on going another 5 floors up. And the way I have this sandstorm tower kind of built out in my mind, the ideal is, yeah, she can continue escalating, and it's kind of like Nizal Isle in like Final Fantasy, to where you could travel and explore the higher levels and just kind of go around and just keep meeting all these encounters and treasure. So yeah.
I think Oscar's right. Level 10 required to enter this area.
Yeah, well, that or you actually have a key item that would actually help you activate this portal. I was kind of joking at first when I said, alright, you guys go into the next part of this whole camp? No. But no, there is something you have to do before this portal will actually take you somewhere. But yeah, you're standing in this light, and you see the groove. Minerva kind of echoes out from wherever she's at, and she kind of, everybody heard her voice. And she just kind of asks you to use the key whenever you get the chance. But you're at the base of the tower. You can travel back towards your horse or camels and make your way back if you want. Whatever you guys want to do from this point on.
We have a sword to figure out first before we go back in the storm.
Hey, don't you have a spell that lets you teleport if you write down spots?
Yes, and I was actually just about to say, if I look around, do I see any inscriptions on the floor or anywhere?
No, nothing that would teleport you directly back.
We could
That
leave
would
an
be
item
too
that
easy.
we're very familiar with, and then just wait until level 11 to come back here when we can teleport directly to an item we're familiar with.
Well, isn't there like a spell where you sketch marks on the ground?
Yes.
Yeah, but that has to go to a permanent teleportation circle, which there isn't one around here. But the teleport spell itself could teleport you to an item we were familiar with. So
And
if we
I don't-
leave something that necklace you have, we could leave here.
Yes. Yeah. I'll kind of look around for somewhere to kind of place the necklace, the cursed necklace.
I'm not entirely sure that would work.
I mean,
What makes you say that?
Minerva couldn't seem to spy into here. The magic maelstrom causing the sandstorm around it, disrupting her sight, as well as Ninny saying that similar veils can be in place.
yes, but
Minerva
I
ended
feel
up
like-
getting in. She's got her
She did
voice.
just speak. So,
Speaking is different than traveling. Because you think if she would, she could show up in person instead of just talking to us.
especially with this storm. We can bury this outside of the storm. That way, it's at least close by.
That might be a better option.
Alright,
Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah, so what
we
are
have
doing?
a sword to identify while we're here in the calm.
Oh, okay, so we're identifying the sword.
That's if Oscar wants to.
Yeah.
After all, I'm just a dwarf. He doesn't need to listen to me.
Yeah. Racist. Hold on. I don't guess I put this one anywhere yet either. So I thought for sure this was going to be a little bit harder of a fight, but damn, was I wrong.
Thanks, Star, for running the game.
yes.
Hey, this makes a hell of a story, and people that find this in the archive, or those that are watching live, are going to be like, well, fuck.
The most hardest one is the first floor. The easiest one is the third
Mm.
floor.
I think the second floor
hey,
was actually the
goblins
hard
are
one.
tiny little
But yeah,
creatures.
the fucking goblins were the ones I fucking did the most. Wow, guys. I'm disappointed in myself. I'll have to do better, I guess.
I mean,
And
I'm
the
proud of you.
rest
That
did a
was
number
shaping up
on
to
us
be an
as well.
epic fight.
Yep, but I need
Because
to
there
counter...
was,
Alright.
you know, that counter spell.
The
That
triple counter.
Oscar was the MVP right there with that first initial counter spell.
Yep, and then he was like, oh, I'll counter to counter. And then Sydney burning her last spell, I believe it was,
Yeah, last
made
spell
that
slot.
made that very viable. So yeah, like it was a choice. It was a resource match on that one. It's like, all right, are you gonna burn your resource or are you gonna let this fall? Because that's what happens. But you identified the short sword, and it's called Shocking Intentions. Well, actually, it's not a short sword. Did I change it back? I changed it back. It's a rapier. I'm sorry. It's a rapier.
Oh,
I changed it back because I was going to make it a short sword, but I said, you know what? Screw Xerath. Rapier only has 3 charges, and it recharges at dawn. And I probably spelt that all wrong. The rapier can apply a shocking pierce 3 times a day. Upon successful hit, you can choose to add either 1d6 lightning damage, or make the target save versus a Constitution saving throw of 14. Upon a fail, they are paralyzed for the next round. If they save, they cannot be paralyzed this way for 24 hours. This will only paralyze for 1 round and acts as a +2 weapon.
So you can't just spam paralyze one poor guy.
Yeah. It becomes immune to it afterwards, so yeah. But it's a great way to get in there, pierce them, shock them, and then maybe put the guy down for a round, or you can add 1d6 lightning damage. It's an option. But each one uses a charge, so. And there's 3 charges. 3 charges at dawn. Use it as you will. If you don't like rapiers, you can sell it. I don't care. This is the weapon I made for you, Xerath. Do it what you wish. Sarah?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Let's put it in the bag of holding for now.
Alright. And with that, you have successfully climbed the 5 tower floors of the first 5 floors. And this could be a reoccurring event if something else might be in the other 5, who knows. But for now, you are met with the bottom floor. You see the sandstorm before you, the heat of the desert kind of beating down on you as you kind of stand in this empty hallway that leads out. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna have some fun real quick. Hey, Oscar, catch Python.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
He throws a giant python at you.
Oh, yeah, the python staff.
Mine's bigger than yours.
So your little snake's like, oh my god, that's a giant python. Does it do anything like...
I can command it, and I just more or less threw it at him with no command other than like, hey, there's a guy right there. Don't kill him, but...
Oh, catch it.
So, yeah.
Did you...
Hang on.
Didn't that require attunement?
I'm not shocked.
We took a rest.
Yeah,
At the end of the turn when we got him, we took...
You could...
Because Leo needed to get his thing.
That's true.
I almost single-handedly took down a chimera. It was fun. Because I was worthless in the wyvern fight. I literally did half damage.
You weren't doing too bad there, but yeah. There was multiples there.
You kept one wyvern off of the entire party, which was important.
Yeah. And the whole floating around was
because
fun.
The rest of us were getting, bit and stung and chewed on.
Well, from here on, guys, what do you guys want to do? Like, are we going to want to try to make our way back to town, or are we going to confront Minerva now, or...
I'll take my walking stick back, because I was hoping to get him to, freak out a little bit with that mask.
That was the save.
Wait, what was going on? Sorry, I couldn't hear anything.
I was trying to screw with Oscar's mask.
Oh.
And scare him with a python.
So, well, at least I did something right. Gave you guys some certain interactions to do. But, yeah, what do we want to do, guys? You want to go back to town, or you want to go into the mansion?
I say we turtle out of this storm and then try to find our camels, just to start.
How did you guys get through the storm anyway?
You guys Rachel cast a tiny hut.
Yeah, I know, but
tiny huts for days.
He was knocked out at the time, sleeping on the...
Oh yeah, you guys were
dragging him around.
Oh yeah, question about Find Familiar. Can you cast a spell through it?
Yes.
Other question. How long does it last?
Till it dies.
Familiar?
Till it dies.
Yeah.
Then you can just recast it.
Then couldn't we leave one familiar to constantly have the ritual transformation spell? doing it over and over again.
You can only. Wait, what do you want in a ritual cast? Because
I don't think you can ritual cast through a
No.
familiar.
No, you have to
No,
cast
no.
the rituals.
No, and you can only be 120 feet, I think, away from the familiar,
Okay.
and it'll
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
teleport back to you.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, you can't just leave it. That's what I thought you were heading for, but then I heard you say something else. It's like, But yeah, you can't leave it because, yeah, technically it's got to follow you. Unless there was some story value to it, but I don't think this qualifies.
Actually, no, it doesn't actually have a range that it has to stay in. It's just after 100 feet, you can't
Lose
talk
connection.
to it. You can't order it. It's gone.
Yeah, you
The
lose.
cell reception goes out the window. It's awful.
Yeah, basically that's it. Like you could leave it, but it's basically a wild animal at that point. You don't have any control over it. But
Okay.
out of answering all these questions that could be asked after the game, how about we play the game and you guys tell me where we're going?
To the camels.
I just need
Those
everybody to say
things
yes.
were expensive.
Yeah, camels are kind of important. We should probably get those
All
back
right,
because
so
they've
we're-
been in here for a full day,
So we're
just
doing.
outside the sandstorm.
Yep, and it's probably high noon now. And you're ritual casting in the tiny hut. Takes you about 3 or 4 casts, so it's about 40 more minutes, so it's about 12:40. And then you get to the other side of the sandstorm. You safely all pop out of the tiny hut. Let's do perception checks to see if we can find the camels. As everybody's
This
kinda-
is visual,
Yep, this is visual.
unless
There seems to
we're
be
hunting them by scent because they do smell pretty bad. Wait, that didn't get my advantage in there. There we
you
go.
Yep. So about 3 of you perfectly pinpoint where the camels have kind of scattered off, trying to find vegetation or some form of water. You find a couple of them over by some cactuses. Some others are just kind of laying down, resting in the sands near what looks like, I don't know, some sand dune that kind of climbed up a little bit. But, for the most part, you find all your camels. So everybody's...
I cast Good Berry and give them all one to sort out hunger issues.
Alright, you cast Goodberry and they're all fed. You guys all start making your way back to Calvona at this point?
Yeah. Try to get this man his camels back. He probably didn't plan on seeing them again.
We have 2 issues here. One, we have a haphazard map written by Insidaria. And 2, the magic of the map that was made by Minerva has vanished. You now have a blank piece of paper.
Good thing I drew a map, everyone. Yay!
It has a big picture of the sun.
Shit, I rolled bad last.
Yep. And you will need to make a survival check with disadvantage. Whoever's helming this expedition south. Or north.
I've tried to lead us through the wilderness before. Oh, fucking Christ, we're dead.
Mm-hmm. So trying to use the map that Sydney drew.
Yep.
Can't help but want
Like, couldn't I have just forgone the map and just been like, the sun was there when we got here, and just go the opposite way now?
You are technically at high noon. You don't know which way is which. Unless you want to wait a while.
Well,
I mean, we do have a decanter and some water skins, do we not?
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of water skins.
I will say, for the sake of brevity, you guys spend the next 3 days traveling across the desert in assumed direction to try to get out of it. And you still...
Okay,
Takes
at the
you
end
a
of day
lot.
2, I'm cranky.
Yeah, it gets a little...
Because
Yeah.
I thought you drew a map.
I drew a map. See?
You drew a sun.
Sorry.
I drew part of the map. I'm sorry.
Can you tell us where we are on that map?
The lower
Somewhere
left
right
hemisphere
here?
of the sun.
See, Loomis is guiding us.
Next time, I'm gonna bring my own stinking map crap.
Well, at least I drew it, and you guys just followed the magical map. Start crying.
All right, so yeah, let's go with night
So,
night 2.
can I
You guys
do
are
something?
camping out. You're camping out night 2. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to cook us a meal.
What did you want to do, Oscar?
it needs to be during the day.
Well, what are you doing during the day? We'll say it's before camp.
Okay, I'm going to get up my crossbow that I never use, and I'm going
You
to get
almost
Machi
used
to
it.
crawl around. I almost did, but I didn't.
What?
I'm going to get Monty out and have him wrap around the bolt. I'm going to shoot him straight in the air, see if we can look out to see a nearby city or any landmarks.
I'm gonna say.
I'm going to
roll
stop
an
you before you commit cruelty to animals. I'm going to see what you're doing. And I'm going to be no.
Yeah, basically that won't happen because if you have him cool around the bolt, he cannot be shot off because his skin is literally going to rub up against the bottom part of the crossbow and it just ejects him. It's
Not to
he
mention the
would
G-force
probably-
when the bolt actually tries to shoot.
He would probably die before he left the bolt.
Okay.
He
So
only
unless
has,
you're going
like,
to try to
what?
chuck him up 40, 50 feet and catch him,
Hey, Leo, can you throw a javelin for us, please?
You know what would be interesting, Oscar, with Find Familiar, if it wasn't a snake?
I know, but I don't have the current, stuff to transform him.
What do you need?
I need. Okay, so I have the brazier, and I need. I need
10
charcoal.
gold worth of incense.
You need charcoal?
Charcoal, incense, and herbs.
I can
I
take
would
care
have
of the
incense.
I can take care of the herbs.
I have the incense as well. And I can take this small knife's handle, burn it, and use charcoal. Or is that...
Well, I have an arrow that we can burn, so that's charcoal. I can take care of the herbs with goodberry.
No, you can't.
You say good berries
Good
aren't
berries
spell
are fruit,
components.
not a herb.
Yeah, I have incense.
Or we could just take 3 days, like Star had said that it would take it back to town.
No, it was 3 days through the desert.
Yeah, I never said you made it. I was basically getting around to things that could be happening. Because basically,
Let's just keep going, and let's keep an eye out for, I guess.
Well,
and we do know
Cactus.
somebody
Let,
has
let's
a
tr-
key.
let's try to determine which way is south.
Say, I would have figured that out, near the evening of the first day at the latest.
Yeah.
So we've been heading in the right general direction because the tower is north in the desert, I believe, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Northeast, actually. So, yeah, you're heading south, so you might still be, going directly south, but you're still going to be, further east of the actual road that leads back to Calvona. Hard to say. You guys aren't quite there yet. Might be exploring some regions of Parenthia I haven't quite developed yet. But I'm going to say on day...
so far it's been nothing but sand and camel turd, so I'm not too concerned.
So day 2 comes around, and it's now nighttime. You're breaking for camp. You think you're making some headway, for the most part. And I just need to know the order. If anybody's taking shifts. Or how we're setting up camp to prevent it altogether.
If this is the second day that we're in the desert, would I have had another full night's rest?
Yes.
Then I am no longer exhausted.
Congratulations, you live. So, now that
It
you're
was
back
close.
at full row capacity, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah, get out.
Yeah, the traps were back there. Why'd you... Yeah. At any rate. So, nighttime. Are we doing shifts? Are we using some magical means? What's the situation?
Yeah,
I'll
do a
take
tiny hut.
second watch.
Leo, what are we doing?
I say we do tiny hut, and then whenever Borden takes a watch, Leo will join him on that watch.
So who's taking first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Second watch is,
Seraph?
and third watch will be Leo and Borden, or
Yeah.
and then
I'll take
Oscar
Borden.
might take the tail end. All right, so
Yeah.
first watch. Go ahead and roll me perception as you're inside the hut. Do you have a campfire going on near the outside of the hut, or and the camels are kind of
We wouldn't
enclosed, or they wouldn't
need
be?
it.
Camels wouldn't be inside the hut, though, would it? And you would need a
No.
campfire to cook food if you wanted to cook your rations. Otherwise, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out how I can narrate this.
I'll make a campfire.
But it's outside the hut, I would assume.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're kind of keeping watch, and you're just finishing off with the campfire, just kind of hanging around, looking about. You hear distant roars, and there's creatures out in the far distance, nowhere near you, but you can make them out because, you know, the desert's kind of leveled off in a place, and you can make off like a herd of what might be those allosaurs you've seen before, and then 2 or 3 giant creatures behind them just kind of chasing them, but they're all in the far distance. You don't seem to have any problems worrying about that, and then your shift kind of comes to an end.
And I'm gonna just snuff the flames then to try to make no smoke
Alright.
before I go and wake up the next person.
Alright, so you wake up Sareth.
Wakey wakey, sleepyhead.
So, anything up in your watch?
There are some dinosaurs far off in the west or east, was it? In that direction. Just beware of them.
And he's
They're
pointing.
pretty far off though.
She's actually pointing north, but she's like east or west.
Yeah.
So yeah, your watch.
You hear Borden mumbling in his sleep. Shouldn't have let him read the map.
So yeah, you're up. Sydney's asleep now, unless there's any more talk you want to have. Yay or nay? Roleplay?
No.
Alright.
I'm just amazed how directionally challenged Cindy can be.
Well, let's think about this
Yes.
for a second. When she was first in Citadel, she meant to go south, then wound up north. So, or not Citadel,
that was-
but Timor. Timor, sorry.
That was her on her own. We don't know that.
Yeah. But anyway, I need you to make a perception check now. And we'll see how your shift goes.
22.
You glance off in the distance and you see similar scene. Kind of catches your eye. You're like, wow, these guys are really hauling ass. And creatures are still trying to chase them down. It must be a continuous hunt that's going on for these creatures of the desert. Other than that, you notice a couple of snakes wandering through your camp that are not Oscars or Borden's, but they just kind of mind their own business, and your shift comes to an end.
I wake up Borden and Leo.
All right.
Some dinosaurs in the distance. Nothing has come close, and there seems to be some snakes around, but that's all.
Cool.
So, you guys planning anything?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Timor. Let's go back home.
That's not what I was talking about. Was that rock what Minerva sent you for?
I don't know, probably.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, go for it. I mean,
20.
he's not lying to you.
Roll me persuasion or deception, whichever you prefer, against his insight.
I mean, I'm not trying to persuade him or deceive him.
Yeah, but it's one or the other, whichever stat you want to use. As far as you could tell, he's being truthful and honest and not being deceiving towards you in any way.
So what was the deal that you made with her?
We've been over this. She wanted the pyramid, and she would give us the location of the tower, which we could challenge ourselves. We've been over this before.
Yes. But something just doesn't feel right. Minerva's playing a game and I want to know what it is. Because she wants a thing in a place that is easily accessible for her, yet sends us. What does she get out of it besides that rock that she could easily fetch herself?
I don't know. We've been over this. She felt like she didn't want to risk herself or her team, so she sent in us.
You do recall she also mutually helped to try to help you out with the vampire situation if you wanted to use that.
Mm-hmm. And then we both take the vampires, so she wanted us to get some more power to go take care of the vampires that she also doesn't like. There's no new information here, bud.
That help for the vampires is.
I don't believe
It's
so. I'm
really
pretty sure
not. I think we mentioned that.
that was in the letter that we found. Yeah, you found at Minnie's place.
Yep, because she did mention she is not liking the fact that these vampires know her business.
Well, yes, but it didn't mention that she would actually help with the vampires and trade for the rock.
Oh, she's not. She'd give us the location of this tower so we could get more powerful to take care of the vampires
Subtext.
for her.
Subtext.
Just go to bed, bud. Looks like you're tired.
Just be careful out there.
It's just a watch. If I would have taken care of if I would have gone to the, given the rock to Minerva, I would have done it last night.
And with that, just kind of look
Oh,
over your
well.
shoulder and you have your suspicions, fair enough. But for the most part,
I go to bed and pretend to be asleep for a while.
Alright, Leo and Borden. How do you want to get through your watch? One of you want to make a perception check, or
Yeah, let's do a perception check and see if anything happens first.
You want to make it with advantage then, since I get advantage anyway.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Not that it helped much there, but
Yeah, well, I mean, you catch the tail end of what looks like a hunt. There's these three giant creatures that seem to be crouching down far in the distance. Seems like they managed to capture their meal or whatever. You could just see them kind of leaning down, popping up every so often, and just kind of biting towards the air. You can barely make it out. But it's about 20, 30 minutes. Constitution saving throw from Zareth. You fall asleep. The glowing insignia on Leo's hand starts to burn a little. Gets his attention. There's a sensation that you're feeling, Leo. Kind of like your impatience. Like something's waiting and it knows it should be getting something right about now.
I'm surprised it didn't happen last night. So I'm gonna go ahead and show Borden in my hands. Be like, can I have the key to go take care of this, or did you want to come with?
I'm gonna go ahead and Python right outside the globe here
Alright,
and tell it to guard the location, since that is in fact one of its features.
alright.
And then yeah, we'll go ahead, step outside of the globe ourselves, pop the key, and away we go. So at least the camp has one pair of eyes watching.
pull the key
Wait, how
out.
does that key work, anyways?
I'll tell you. He pulls out a key. He puts it in the middle of the air. And he twists it like it's going into a lock. And a door starts to shimmer up and forms right there in front of him. It's basically a mansion. Mordekainen's mansion, I believe. But it had like 3 charges on his key, and this is the 3rd charge, I believe.
Yeah, part of our negotiations here, I'll be asking Minerva to recharge it. Since she obviously has an affinity with this place, so if we're going to be working together, we need a meeting spot. But that's in a minute, I feel like.
So here you are. You got this door in front of you. I will allow Oscar, Sydney, and Sarah at disadvantage to make a perception check to see if they hear the door popping into existence. Fail.
Oh!
Pass.
So we popped outside the thing, so outside noise is muted inside.
Nope, noise still travels through. No object can go through, though. Or... yeah, noise can still
I
travel.
mean, if you want to get technical, sound is just a vibration of particles.
That's why they had disadvantage, though. What is it? Tiny hut?
Not because they were asleep.
Well, somebody was trying to stay up. We'll see. Hold on, let me double check.
What was the DC?
Let's see here. Creatures within the object of the dome cast spell move freely. All other creatures and objects barred. Let's see here. It doesn't say anything, does it? Yeah, I think sound could travel through because you want to be able to hear what's coming your direction. Spells and magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside is comfortable to drive regardless of the weather outside. Until the spell ends, command the interior become dimly lit or dark. Dome is opaque outside. But yeah, it doesn't say anything about sound, so sound can travel through. So
does 17 make it?
17 makes it. You wake up and you guys are already popping into the door.
Yeah, we're already gone.
But he does
I
see
wake
the door.
up. Oscar and Cindy.
Meanwhile, inside the hut, as you're getting everybody together, I'm just going to kind of describe the interior. It's like a floating space of darkness. And you're kind of floating there, kind of similar to floor 4 in a way. And you're led into like this open black area. Like there's obsidian stone like pillars that kind of creep up with a circular structure on top of it, but there's like 8 pillars in a circle on top of this black obsidian like statuette area, or not statuette, but it's like kind of hard for me to describe this outright, but you got little stairways, but you're floating in the air, and you can see her just kind of sitting at the top of this thing, and she's like lowering herself down to the level, and then all of a sudden there's like a desk that appears at the bottom of the floor, and then she takes a seat behind the desk, and there's like 2 chairs there, and everybody starts to descend as gravity starts to slowly kick in, and you kind of come down softly and slowly, and eventually you're able to walk on the ground. And she kind of takes a seat behind the desk and says, well, come join me, won't you? Sarah, you have managed to awaken your comrades. Oscar and Cindy. Sarah,
Oscar can't leave.
What is it, Sarah?
They went to see Minerva. Want to follow them?
Sure.
Or confront them about it when they get out?
I'll wait here. That way, I can make sure everything's safe on the way back.
I'll go through.
What did you say, Razor?
Said I'll stay out here and keep watch and make sure everything's okay on the way back for you.
So they've not noticed the fuck off huge snake.
Not yet.
Were you leaving it outside the door?
Yeah,
Okay,
as
from what
a
I
python,
understood.
so at least there's one set of eyes on the camp.
Yeah, on
Because
the
he
camp.
and I are abandoning post more or less to, deal with the devil.
Well, here's the thing. The python sees him, but he's not going to react to him because they're part of your camp. Unless you were keeping it in front of the door and expecting it to stop them from going through the door, I don't see any situation that matters with them and the python.
No, Oscar's calling it staying up for watch.
Yeah, and
Like the python's watching right now.
Oh,
yeah, but I'm
He
not
doesn't
going
know
to
that.
leave the entire camp to a familiar. So.
We can't leave the tiny hut,
And
otherwise
plus the
it'll
tiny
go
hut, yeah.
away.
yeah, he is the reason the hut exists. So, who's entering besides Leo and Borden, who are currently taking a seat?
Cindy.
And Cindy, let's be quiet about it
Okay.
and follow my steps.
Okay, so you both sneak in then, right? Opening the door?
Yes.
I feel like opening a door is not very stealthy at all.
Well, listen, here's the narrative. You know, like a vacuum cleaner, right? You went, it's kind of like that. So you open the door, and then all of a sudden, you're sucked in. And you're out of control. You don't know where you're at. And then all of a sudden, you both land with a thud. And you're feeling this force of gravity that's just kind of forcing you to the ground. And all of a sudden, Borden, Leo, you turn around. You see them kind of crushed to the ground.
Cool. I mean, we have business to take care of, so...
I mean, if they want to come in, they should have knocked. I didn't know they were coming. You guys were already here.
So you're not
I don't
on
know.
way.
Well, they're doing shit without us knowing. I want to know what's going on.
So
Plus,
she
you
claps her
dot your
hand.
eyes just like I do.
She clapped her hands twice, and then the energy that's holding you down to the ground lightens up. You took a little
Could
scruff.
not.
Go ahead.
Like, they
I went
could have
through the-
spectated, but now they can move around and fuck with shit. That damn it.
Let's just take care of business, Minerva. Leave them be.
Very well. She whisks her hands, and they get thrown towards a wall on opposite sides, and you're just kind of left there for a moment. So, do you
What
have
is
the item?
business?
Yeah, I believe we have a deal to, what's
Yes.
it called? Finish? Stamp? Step out? I'll go ahead and pull
What
up
was
this,
the deal?
I'll go ahead and pull up the pyramid and put it on the table in between us.
I see. You guys managed to climb that tower pretty good. That fifth floor was
We made
a
it up.
Yeah, it was really
Five.
easily.
She
We made
took-
up 5 floors, so apparently there was some more. I'd like to
There's-
go back eventually.
Of course. She'll grab the pyramid. The glow on your hand fades. Excellent. She pulls out another pyramid. She puts them together. And it starts to spin in midair, and then she clutches it. Now all that remains is 2. And with that, we're going to end the session right there. And there you have it. Minerva has mysteriously told you that all that's left is 2.
Well, some people weren't in both campaigns and no numbers.
I know, that's the whole point. I was like, I was going to leave it on a cliffhanger there for you. So, Minerva got
There
what
are
she
4
wanted.
shards.
Was Minerva that that chick that wanted to hire us to find the rock? Like, do we get 50k out of this deal?
No, she's not going to tell you that. And this isn't a shard. This was the pyramid. Like, the miasmic has 4 shards and then 2 pyramids that go together. And she is definitely up to something, and you could choose either to be with or be against in next episode. So, next Sunday, I will... Well, no, that's not what we want. We want this. We will come back to this next Sunday at 12 p.m. Central and find out what happens after Minerva finishes her dealings, and then we'll see where everybody kind of stands on this. And then next Wednesday, We have Tynak Kingdom. Looking for an ant in a ant hill way down in the bottom. Who knows? We'll figure out how to get around that. But
What the heck?
oh yeah, it's gone crazy on that campaign too. We're looking for a druid. So,
I had to talk to a cow for Christ's sake.
yeah, and if you didn't, I don't think the actual cow would have gotten the information you needed. I don't know. But yeah, so you guys.
I had to talk to 2 cows, but one of them was more than a cow. So
Mhm.
And Ryder talked to you too.
Well, Ryder was the other cow.
Ryder about got herself a boyfriend.
Yeah, we were showing him a bull and everything.
Poor Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie would have. Anyway, and we will continue our campaigns. I kind of put a projection on things. I plan to try to close both campaigns around December. We'll see how that goes. Might not happen, but I'd like to see us get to that point. And by the way, next campaign we come back to in Timor. As soon as we get a long rest in a comfortable location, you will be able to level up. And I am going to do the same offer for Tynak whenever they get a comfortable long rest. So that's the way I'm going to do that. So look forward to that as we grow in levels, grow in storyline, and hopefully we'll see what happens to everybody on the appropriate days. Till next time, everybody say goodbye to Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye.
Bye,
And
Twitch.
guys.
See you later, Archives.
see you later, archives. And with that,
Definitely.
do you hear the chaotic calling?